uang nggak?
Primo satu uang juga pasti kak.
Iyalah, langsung ke belakang ya bahaya gitu.
Mano, tandoi coba.
Anak mana? Dari sini lah, payah-payah. Ay, tapi bakno kayak mana lah?
Jalan apa?
Jalan lah. Ini beta kok.
Aku nih SG nggak katik jarak jauh. Kau muter ke
Aku nyingok dulu musuhnya. Ada tak bukit nih?
caknya katik nih. Belum dibuka galau. Yo jangan macai kacau yo.
Wong.
Katik wong. Ada wong datang ya?
Iya, Bang.
Iya.
Alah.
Suara motor. Nggak tahu arahnya. Caknya dari arah 45. Nah, dengar nggak kau?
Sawat lah itu.
Bukan, barusan tadi. Ini adalah.
Jauh aku dari kamu. Sanu dia mati. Sanu.
No.
Mayo Eko. Belantai itu.
Sini dia caknya.
Iya.
Jangan muncul ya. Lewat.
Di mana? Tandai.
Oh, mencar mereka Gerbek rumah Eko itu lemah.
Wah, ada supply lah.
Oh, ngejar supply yang bermotor tadi. Gerbek apa rumah Yeko itu, Nus? Yang mana, yo? Nggak tahu aku rumah Yeko tuh. Seru, Ini. Baik lagi motornya.
Gue mau tahu deh.
Rumah deket aku nih dia.
Ada yang mobil lah.
Nus, rumah depan aku ini dia, Nus.
Gimana? Tandai.
Depan aku nih.
Iya.
Oh, kalah, woi. Dosa, yuk, Bang. Waduh. Baik nih yang kalah. Ada, Nus. Tuh, no mati budak itu, Nus.
Mana?
Woi, M24 dia dapet. Nah, supply, Nus.
Ada deket kau. No, mati. Gua. GWP.
Sakitnya Groza itu kok. Tunggu, Bens. Keluar, Nus, yang nge-kill ini. Kill Rio.
Bom apa dia? Orang apa? Ketahuan dia aku. Kalau tidak kena ketahuan ang. Iya.
Go! Mati kenus. No.
Tidak ada.
Beda squad itu,
Udah kena oleh tadi.
Gila kau udah kena aja. Turun kalau di... Ada. Ketahuan kau Nus. Ketahuan kau Nus. Woi, kalau kita masih hidup kalau lemaknya nih.
Woi, bapak.
Oh, lari dia.
Gek leng. Yang mati tidak kenal dia yang
Kenok ya dia.
siapa bunuh aku?
Cacat nih anakku mah.
Kenok terus dia. Ini anu.
Giliran dia lah kenok taruh lah kau di
Jangan dia omongin Iman Solo.
Tunggu dulu kita. Kau di dia apa? Sabar nih anda ngelar.
Kalah. Kenapa? Jauh.
Ayo. Ngapo keluar kau? Ngapo keluar?
Pintunya jauh. Tahu? Safe zone-nya jauh.
Mati apa keluar kau ke tadi?
Babi nih ada yang mecengnya aku dari tadi. Udah itu lah tidak tahu kalau yang depan tadi. Mana? Dua kali kenok.
Cuma lah kenok udah mati. Bukan pacang orang pula mau kenok lagi kalau. Dia ke kanan kiri lagi ya.
Chonima, Shikawa Sundo, Chonima.
Shalalala.
Think about you.
Chonima.
Yeah.
Shalalala. Jiba Jioda. Be the best.
I from Pluto. I from Pluto.
Legi. Abingin lo tadi. Nok tak kena langsung. Belok kanan belok. Lagi aku milih pasak nih.
Go.
Jauh.
Woi, rumah kau Didi nih ini.
Rame.
Kan kita yakin aku.
Rame.
Kan rame-rame lah, dia ratong lah yo.
Maaf lah ya, baru main kau nih.
Hati-hati, tidak sampai. Sebelah Zaiden Pierce ada satu squad ini. Oh, 2 squad.
Pocok ada pocok.
Iya, 2 squad ini. Pocok 1 squad di bawah 1 luan sampai dari budak ini.
Acok dia dulu sampai.
Udah duluan nyampe.
Aku duluan, Cok.
Baik kanan dia aku lah.
Aku duluan ini nyampe, lari dia nama sini.
Nah duluan iya. Aja nih.
Lanjut.
Nah, cocok nian, kata jatuh ler.
Paknya belakang. Waduh.
Jatuh ler, lari aku ler.
Belakang awal terus.
Nah, dah
Betul.
jatuh dia babi.
Kate ini yang
Tolong aku, woi. Terus ada uang nu jatuh terus.
jatuh.
Dari sini, seberang.
Bang oh. Nyebrang cepet.
Ada squad itu ya di gudang kanan ya. Ada tim ya gudang kanan ya.
Iya.
Oh ini. Bapak yo.
Ay, kenok ya. Oh, jangan oi. Kacau kan.
Kacau udah. Aduh, kacau. Aduh, pulau daerah sini. Wah, dikejarnya lagi kita, oi. Bapaknya. Maki kau udah mau aku. Sama dengan aku nih. Aduh, wong bulu tadi udang belakang itu di belakang. Tulah nembak tadi. Bocah gitu. Panglah kau lagi. Mending pala aku nih, Leng. Kau tahu tak? Kau nanti gitu nih. Tak jatuh sih kau nih.
Kate. Nah, SG, tapi yang ini tol.
Iya. Dua.
Dua, step. Nah, bocok.
Itu nih. Depan.
Ya, dah tahu dia.
Kacau besar yang soal kondisi.
Ya. Ya.
Tahu dia dah tahu.
Tahu. Kejenian hasil. Lo naik mai wong.
Nah, baca kau ni. Mana dah kena ni tembak usia tu. Nah, lain tim lang dia.
Tuh mati lah kau
kena bokong ya. Ay, dah kacau ini mana. Itu loh. Kelut. Kena tembak dia loh. Oh. Agak-agak tu. Kacau ini. Tuh mas. Aduh ngepon deket kau ni.
Kelar ini FPP rasa TPP gampang. Iya. Manja ya.
Aduh kita. Budak yang bunuh itu Radilan.
Manja dia.
No.
SG ini. Nggak kena itu ketahuan.
Nunggu dia naik tu lah. Oh, ada. Gila banteng. Lemah ni yang dia ngebokong tadi. Karma budak tu. Tadi.
Mana ler budak itu ler?
Nah kau.
Ah. Fuck. Nembak belum. Nembak yang tadi tak kena.
Aduh. Kami ni yang lag bukan 100 squad player nanti. Andi kalangan lot.
Tidak dia hoki akad jatuh bang. Iyo ngeladus jatuh datang ay. Ini.
Ngapa ya Dewan?
Ay, kecok.
No. Oh.
Las aku.
Hah?
Las.
Panggil bini ya. Dia.
Cari.
Go.
Hah, go.
Oh, Naya.
Cok, salah aku ke bawah, kira Lipoka tadi.
Pastilah ada.
Kuat ada. Oh, mention dia. Mention dia.
Iya, iya, coba.
Ini mobil lagi.
Melodi, melodi. Melodi.
Oh, ada mobil kau. Cepat.
Lanjutlah sini kamu.
Kokoi dah
Tewon.
Kati.
Acet. Shotgun nggak?
Kafe kau. Bar.
What's up, bro? Jauh kau, yuk.
Nah, supply ke sini Yolannya.
Yolah kalau.
Serius, Nus. Ini no. No. Nyampak deh.
Jauh nyampak itu lah.
Ah, kita nampak dia Yola.
Jauh, jauh, jauh. Ada apa?
Ada mobil bawa Alphard Kau kafe sudah kau.
Sudah.
Apa dia? Apa galak apa? Kau udah dengerannya? Kau udah kan? Udah, tadi tak katik tadi.
Moncong air kalau deh. Siapa boy?
Suppressor. Serio itu. Aku juga no step. Hah? Apa dia? Ada yang
Lari
pulang.
layu, lari layu. Nggak dapat kar belum kau Didi?
Belum.
Gimana?
Kali 4 nah.
Kau dengar? Dekat kau nih ya? Ngebom kau kalau budak tahu. Tidak kata yang kau kami. Kau.
Hijau, mana?
Banyak. Banyak.
Kau nge-step rumah kau baik. Ada stepnya? Nah mati kau.
Bye. Apartemen ini kan?
Iya.
Lagi cepat. Kami. Gebek kami kalau wong ini kato-kato kan. Apa lah lemah.
Dia tahu dong ada?
Tahu dia tengah pemuyul lah. GG udah.
FPP apa takut? Ayo. Enggak lah.
Udah dulu kau.
Tok darah katik, bom katik. Siapa mencari kacau?
Aku.
Play lagi ler, arah sini ler. Oh lah nampak. Awas dia lah di apartemen terakhir
Kau dia dia.
Lah tidak lah terbuka. Mana dia Oh, ada. Aku
Ngano?
Rumah biru arah 70. Kok aku baru nyekoknya? Ada kok.
Tiket kenal aku ya?
Rumah biru.
Coba tanda coba.
Rumah biru 2 tingkat depan koko.
Ya.
Kenok. Serbulah.
Jengok musuh ini kawannya dulu. Kamu.
No, datang kawannya. Kok dewean kok. Dewean kok.
Awas mati. Mati lah.
Jalan, save lah. Jalan. Dari belakang merah lah, bocok. Yo, tinggal lah. Lawan tinggali. Melawan lanjai.
Benar.
Penus lah, bocok terus.
Pocok ya kok.
Ya.
Oh ya, ada uang sudah. Kar.
Udah enak.
Penus.
Di mana Nus? Oh, Penus masuk dari rumahnya
belakang.
Beko.
Ada. Aja Pak. Dia belakang ke belakang dia. Lagi lewat belakang lihat kafe cak. Dari agak pojok ini baik kalau agak ke bukit.
Gampang kecelakaan beradu. Apa nampak?
Oh, tembak
itu.
Tembak Iwang tadi mobil itu. Ada yang make SR enggak kamu? Aku ada satu.
Ada titik.
Belakang ini pasti ada kayak.
No, supply ke sini dulu.
Muda tadi belakang. Kamu sini lah aku dari pohon samping depan sana. Dia bingung kayak nembak dari mana.
Hati-hati Nus. Tadi ada suara kar kau.
Oh iya lah. Ada suppressor depan ini. Pocok ini.
Woi, suppressor itu. Lumara 245 itu. Kau jago situ lah kau.
Iya.
Tidak, agak jatuh ada uang berjalan. Kalau kita berempet ke sana, lemak dia. Hati-hati lo kalau belakang.
Lihat mana yang budak belakang tadi?
Iya, budak itulah aku.
Sakit Nus, sudah Nus. Ke rumah itu pula. Gua lah.
Ada satu squad sih.
Rumah tadi ya, 245 deh.
Iya.
Ya apa takut
Lari. Budak tadi mana nih?
Itu masih ada bugin dalam lah. Lewat sungai.
No, bapaknya. Ya aku ngapain ya?
Oh, tahu dia.
Bang dia. Oh iya.
Oh, kiri dikit. Siapa nembak tuh?
Aku nembak. Aku jagoi kamu.
Oh, kacau.
Oh, bapak boleh tajam lah, Len. Gampang nih.
Smoke. Nah, kate smoke aku.
Ya, aku nembak kamu tuh.
Di bawah rumah jamur. Sebelah kanan rumah jamur bawahnya.
Aku nembak dia.
Nah, coba revive masih kok.
Jalan, woi.
Ayo. Pecah sampai face aku.
Mbak Yakut.
Iya, di rumah jamur itu.
Iya. Apa dia budak tembak tak lolong kebanyak gaya kacau.
Kita save itu rumah jamur tuh.
Oh,
Kenapa penus mati?
dah selamat aku. Di luar aku yang ditembaknya.
Gampang kan masih kok dia flare.
Sip.
Mati aku. Baca. Sana tempat dia lemak nih tempat dia sana.
Aku yang ditembak budak ini. Masih tak selamat aku. Andai
Tidak ada kau ni.
Apa kate?
Wow. Tapi minum.
Kate juga.
Oh, melawan lah budak ni.
Paham. Penuh kok dia nak. Oh itu nah. Itu nah.
Iya.
Sekali.
Tak tahu dia.
Mati. Kenok.
Mati dia.
Kenok dia.
Ini yang nembak dia no.
30 detik. Jalan belakang.
Dengan mobil lah.
Yang tadi. Sikit ambil.
Bawa lah mobil kau semua lah.
Rusuh dah pasti. Kau jalan mak ni. Betul tak?
Iyo. Budak yang di rumah tadi tu kacau. Bawa lah mobil ni. Tak selamat tak kau? Ni. Oh, orang ni.
Jangan sana dik. Kau dik.
Mati kau. Nah, dong go dengan pan. Tembak dah. Kameranya. Ya tu. Nak cari tempat ni sembunyi dah no.
Cek belakang.
Belakang lah kok no.
Wow.
Belakang ni kan. Kacau headshot jok.
Headshot ala kau.
Aduh, las ini padahal. Kayak lagi lah. Iya. Kau ditingok yang nge-kill dia. Ay, fuck lah dah. Yan posisi coy. Jedor kan.
Yang deres nembak yang tadi pos tadi lah.
Di rumah jamur tu lah. Kacau ni.
Dari tadi tembak itu
Asli. Gaya kau lah.
Nah, nge-lag budak ni.
Ah, jadilah aku. Mal pulang pun.
Oh, ah.
Kok jadilah aku kok.
Dem.
Oh, oke.
Aku nak ke Dota bulor kok.
Thank
Yo,
you.
oke.
Hah?
Radiant team pick.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Monkey King. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ну что ж, OG, которые, безусловно, очень неплохо были готовы к этому турниру, и вчера нам показали хорошую доту, но споткнулись в Вечи Гейминг и Минески, которые вчера, ну, показали нам интересную доту, скажем так. То, что они вытворяли в игре против Virtus.pro, по-другому не назвать. Очень какая-то хаотичная, очень нестабильная, и тем не менее, каждая серия начинается с нуля, и я не думаю, что для OG это будет уж совсем... Против Минески тебе на карте, и ты уже ничего не сможешь сделать. Тем более такие герои. Monkey King, который будет прыгать где-то по елкам. Вот он в роли курьера сейчас.
Часовой.
Часовой, да. И опять же, очень мобильное все. Ну и OG со своей нагой сиреной, классика жанра. Мне нравится пик OG на самом деле побольше, чем пик Минески. Так или иначе, все-таки ДК, Ликан против Найтсталкера, который будет усиливаться ночью. Плотный Андерлорд. Все это смотрится очень-очень сильно.
Мне наконец-то нравится вид Monkey King, который плюс-минус хорошо стоит против Dragon Knight в миде. Многие команды почему-то вообще игнорируют Dragon Knight, позволяет его отдавать коллективам, которые с ним слишком хорошо исполняют, допустим, тем же Ньюби. И, соответственно, нужна контра. Вот МК, он, ну, по игре пока еще неизвестно, насколько хорошо он контрит Dragon Knight, но вот на линии он способен дать жару.
Да, я могу сказать, что это не попало в наш эфир, но мы с Димой тут обсуждали, что же контрит ДК, и вот как раз-таки еще в прошлой игре вспоминали про Monkey King, ну и говорили о том, что, ну, он как-то позабыт. Но вот Минески достали этот козырной туз из рукава. Но если не сейчас, то когда еще? Потому что права на ошибку нету здесь. Проигравший покидает турнир. Да, напомню еще раз, OG проиграли Вечи Гейминг. В упорной борьбе Минески были выбиты Virtus.pro. Про упорную борьбу ничего не могу сказать в той серии. Там было жестко. Там была Бруда в первой, а потом был Брюмастер на бочонке, который катался всю игру. И бесконечная веселая дота. Так, и винга у нас будет на нижней линии. Ну, из плюсов лейнинга вот такого с вингой. Очень прочная линия, Shadow, Шаман и винга. Нереально прочная. Очень тяжело с ним что-то сделать. Айс на миде, на Monkey King. И понимают, что он будет неплохо выглядеть против Dragon Knight, поэтому Айс начинают здесь напрягать Джерекс. Но вот Айс успел настакать Джингу Мастере, поэтому здесь, конечно, будет сейчас подхиливаться от крипчиков. Хотя первый джунглмастер еще не так страшен. Бресфайр. В любом случае стоит 1 против 2. Ну и сверху вынужден терпеть Андерлорд, который стоит против Пака и Найтсталкера.
Ну, Драга Найту нужна помощь. Одному стоять против Манки Кинга очень тяжело. Помимо того, что Манки Кинг очень хорошо мнет бока тому же Драгу Найту, он хорошо и динает. Он постоянно заряжает Джинго.
No. Absolutely not. The 1v1 situations is where he thrives, and Jax make sure not to give that to him.
He does have enough stacks, but even using that doesn't feel very good.
I mean, could they not kill him here? One more root and one more Riptide. Ice. He's just going to go down. As I said, I think it's going off what we said, Will. I'm not a fan of this decision to put him mid.
Yeah, that's not an easy lane. And Monkey King's supposed to be a lane dominator. This is a hero that thrives on these one-on-one situations, and you want to try to keep him as advantageous of a lane as possible. But Rezo's taking a lot of damage here. One more hit, the staff connects, and Rezo gonna have to pop the salve. Barely lives, 20 HP.
I mean, that is the power, as we say. In a 1v1, when he's allowed to give you the rundown like that, it still could deal an atrocious amount of damage. As we've seen so far, OG have not been letting that 1v1 occur.
Look at him, though. He's already at half health. This is not the position that Ice wants to be in. Because Rezo will go heal, then come back, and they'll just start this all over again.
Boogie will grab the Arcane Rune as he sweeps across. Of course, how are the other side lanes going? Looks like no one really getting too far behind in terms of farm. But decent enough lane up here. It's got the Lycan being moved up here as well, so both of the cores at the moment actually in this top lane S4. Yeah, a little on the edge there. As Moon brought him about one right click away from death.
He's going to swap lanes down here. Wants to try to be against this bench. Feel very strong in this situation, 2-on-2. The Lycan should be okay because of the high amount of regen. Like, all these high regen based heroes really ruin Puck. Puck doesn't want to get into these kind of right click wars, as in mid once again Jarex doesn't have the net quite yet, but 1 or 2 more right clicks might have done it.
Either way, as you said, with sort of the lack of regen Monkey King has, it's going to be him out of the lane. Same time, Fly will get the kill on Jabs. Ninja Boogie's going to TP in. It was going to have the salve there for Ice, so Ice will be to stick around in lane. Free Fire will cancel that.
He's got Soul Ring now. This is when playing against Dragon Knight becomes up. This is when Jarex can also just rotate off if he wants to, because he knows that his Dragon Knight is perfectly fine now. He's done enough in the early kind of help him out.
G down bottom, looking in there with the cast. They've got the root as well, holding Jabs down. S4 punching into the Shaman, not quite enough damage, and in fact Fly, he's the one to suffer. Mushi chasing him down, one more touch with a Wave of Terror. Mushi gets the kill now, towards Jarex as well. Will be fine. S4 there to keep Jabugi off it.
Jabugi right now just trying to play somewhat reactive, as feels like he's trying to chase Jarex around and try to match his tempo. Naga, of course, a very fast hero in regard.
And I mean, I'm watching this mid as well. I would imagine one of the ways that this sort of works out with the DK, if he does breathe fire and then the monkey goes in for the Boundless Strike, because it's based on his attacks, the Boundless Strike damage is also reduced off the back of that. Or yes or no?
Yes,
yeah,
because it's critical damage.
Yeah. So that kind of helps. We're seeing a few times, you know, trying to use the Boundless to harass Rezo, but it does very little damage. But yeah, with the high armor, of course, from the passive and the breathe fire, 25% damage reduction. But all in all, Ice, still finding very good farm in the mid. Match CS now with Resolution. Does have a slight XP advantage as well, because Rezo did have that pairing with Jarex at the start. So, despite going down that first time, Ice recovering very nicely, and back to this one. Absolutely work out when they have to be the 1v1.
Really unafraid. Even getting into a fight right now with Fly.
He's popping the will find the kill, and MINESKI, they'll make sure that they get both of these kills out of it.
Going down. Good counter rotation to at least pick up one hero, but really like that.
Will find the kill, and MINESKI, they'll make sure that they get both of these kills out of it.
Going down. This is Mushi's best hero.
Middle tower is under
Didn't even need to the wards as well. The TP, but Fly, will he save himself with the stick charges? He won't. He will die. Jabs will look to TP out. Will he make it? He will. And in fact, S4, oh, nearly going down to the wards there on that attempt. So a 1-for-1 trade, but obviously for OG, they'll be the happy ones. They do get Mushi. They do make sure that the wards are expended not to get a tower.
Very well done overall. They needed something like that quite bad though.
They needed to sort of slow the tempo down.
They forced that really hard. They were trying to go for like this cute play where they swap into the shackles, but S4, I think he's got phase boots. He's way too quick with that.
The Dire's top tower is under attack.
Straight phase, Vanguard on this Underlord. Very nice here. Right clickers. Venge lineup. 11 for 5, 2k lead. Moon, as we've seen, he's picked up that Blink Dagger already. That, of course, along with the Wukong command, some fantastic team fight just between those two heroes with the Coil, the Monkey King ult. Very hard for sort of OG to deal with. Even though they're saying that, they do have, of course, now that level 6 online. The Song of the Siren is always going to be there from Jerax. He's in the neighborhood to allow them to disengage. So we may start to see the point of the game where you start to feel the frustration of a team that's let Naga Siren through the.
That is the upside of when you play Naga, is that you almost always feel comfortable about these team fights. You'll at one point have your way. Very good sleep. MINESKI, they're going to get aggressive, take down this top tower. I'd imagine mid is the next objective for them to take. You want to try to deny up this area. A little bit curious, by the way, that No-Tail's up at top. When you take this mid tower, normally the next objective is for the safe laner to rotate down the bottom and then take control of this jungle, but they've actually reversed things a little bit and they're going to make a move on him.
They are. They need TPs coming in on OG if they want to try and save No-Tail. You've got the jump up to the trees. Ice given the vision. Hopping about. Will keep himself hidden. Fly's TP in, and in fact, look at the TP down bottom and help them fight down here. They know that Fly TP'd up there to help out, so they want to try and punish OG. Whilst MINESKI have the numbers. The Dream Core down onto 2, but here's that Sok. See if they can get out of this one. The Boundless Strike. Indeed, it's going to catch them both from outside of it. S4 is in trouble here. They'll lose this Underlord. Resolution. See if he's going to be okay. Moon trying to chase this man down with the orb. They've got Ice closing across the tree line. The swap back is there. Resolution will fall as well off the back of it. And in case I'm missing, is there a reason why S4 wouldn't just Dark Rift out of that?
I think he thought at least his Dragon Knight was okay, but...
Because they tried to TP.
Yes, but Jerax was just outside the range of the Venge, who managed to just stun up the DK as he was TPing out. So he thought to himself, like, oh, at least my DK's out, it'll be okay. Then once his DK gets stunned up, I think his plan changed, and then at that point the Dark Rift was way too late. Yeah,
I guess he would have had to go put it straight up. And we're seeing another thing as well, of course, outside of the range of the Song, the Boundless Strike is going to be very nice to stop in these TP plays. Very easy for Ice to reach him with that stun.
And you realize like the reads on MINESKI are so good. We talked about how they're going to take this mid tower next. They do so after they take the top one. And they realize that OG's going for the same play. I had just said, I don't know why the Lycans at the top, because they often want to take that bottom tower next. When OG make that rotation, MINESKI are ready. And mid, once again, it feels as though right now they're everywhere on the map. The TP rotations, they're not wasting anything so far.
Let's see if No-Tail can find anything. He's going to pop the ult, try and go for a chase down. MINESKI backing off. And already there's backup here. This is a bit of a risky place for No-Tail to be. Same time, down bottom, Rezo, caught in the Wukong's command. Ice has already used the Boundless Strike, so not quite enough damage on his own at the moment to take down the Dragon Knight. The high amounts of armor that Resolution does have. Battle Fury, of course, still not quite there for Ice. Again, once again, he makes that sort of play, keeps himself hidden in the trees. Rezo and No-Tail with S4's backup will move down here to attempt for the push. Ice, just sort of toying with them. The sidelines from those trees with the Boundless Strike, trying to put a bit of a stop to that push. Top lane, you've got Moon continuing the pressure up here as well. Jerax, looking for setup though, buying time for Flight to come in, and with the Death Ward not down, that's enough. Moon will get punished for coming out.
And at the same time, MINESKI, they're going to wait on this high ground. Go for Jerax. They can get the Hex off first. The Shrine is popped. Is the damage there? Should be just enough.
So they can get out there. Fly, S4 has the route down onto Jabs. Jabs being chased. They have the cask again to buy time for them to close the gap around him. So he's just doing his best to sort of run about, and in fact, they might not even get him here. If he can keep himself outside of the fog, he's going to be fine. Jabs will live, he gets away, and at the same time, that's a big kill to find. Look at this, they've found No-Tail. Ice and Ninja Boogie surrounding, and the Boundless Strike built up with the Jingu Mastery. as they cut down the Lycan once again. And we're now at a point where all 3 highest cores on the map are all those of MINESKI. 16-6, 16 minutes in, 5k gold lead. These guys are playing fantastic. Top lane, Jerax. He's looking for Mushi, but Mushi, he's out of range of the sleep. He's just going to walk away from it, or will get clipped on the side of it. They do have a route, but immediately goes for the TP, knows there's nothing else there to cancel it. And again, a song used to no avail. And of course, those early levels of song, meaning it's on that very long cooldown, over 2 minutes, where MINESKI don't have to worry about the song breaking up their plays.
Yeah, and look at bottom lane. They've already rotated for that. These guys are playing so incredibly fast.
Yeah. Got the Battle Fury on Monkey King now.
Any move that MINESKI makes, or when they get gone on, they're already making another play. Their Vengeful Spirit gets gone on up at top. They're going to punish that by taking the bottom tier 2. That fight up at top, they're already making the move on a Resolution. They get the kill onto Jerax as well. They're playing so much faster than OG is, and it just feels like OG's not ready for this kind of pace.
No, their lineup just does not seem suited to deal with it at the moment. They are struggling for sure against the power of MINESKI.
I don't even know if it's a lineup issue. I think that MINESKI are flat out just playing really, really good right now. This is why I prefer Mushi on these heroes rather than these Phantom Lancers, because when he plays these Vengeful Spirits, he's creating so much space for the rest of his team. It feels like an improved version of what Fnatic are trying to accomplish with what Envy's doing, where he's moving around the map.
I think it's sort of, as you say, you know, if you put him on a farmer, it's just sort of, it feels like sort of wasted talent.
Yes.
You know, you're not using Mushi to his full potential when he's sort of AFK hitting creep.
Because the thing about his lineup is, Moon and Ice, like, we have a term for they're killers. They do not like hitting creeps. If you think about all of Moon's best heroes, this Mirana, this Puck, he wants to be as active as possible. Same with Ice. If you think of Daryl, you think of fighters. And that's why the Vengeful Spirit synergize as well, because now you have 4 or 5 heroes that are just willing to get into engagements non-stop. Nice coil.
Let's get it down onto 2. Has got the backup. Ice, looking for the perfect position. Will drop the Wukong's commanding from the tree line. Manages to get it, so all 4 heroes of OG having to be forced to run through it. Notel trying to lead forward. Will manage to get the kill on the Shaman with the minions. Ice sort of trapped here. Will jump himself back up to the trees. They've got the Dragon Tail stun onto Moon at the side. This is good for OG. 2 so far. The route out onto Ninja Boogie as he will tick down across the tree line. Mushi just left to run away, and Ice left to hide.
They're going to go into Roche.
That was a huge fight for OG. Definitely what helped out there was the fact that S4 comes in. He has the completed Crimson Guard. Helps negate a lot of the damage from MINESKI in these fights.
They're going to make this move in. 3 heroes get caught out.
They're low on OG. They get the stun though. They cut the tree down as well. There's a long time for Ice to be stunned, but Mushi with the swap out keeps Ice safe. The swap into Shadowblade. They'll move back in. Boundless Strike down onto Notel. MINESKI trying their best to force OG back out the pit. They'll get the Magic Missile down onto the Naga Cyrex. Jerax is gone. Hit the Malice onto 2. The Brief Fire, Burning Moon down low. They'll lose the Puck. Jabs now being focused as well by OG. He's been stunned up, surrounded. Jabs down as well. Moon there effectively dying back into that situation. With OG getting those 2 kills, they'll go back in the pit. Can MINESKI get back in? You bet that they're going to try. They've got the Monkey King. They have to do it soon though. Roche is falling low, but again, Notel just walks up, cuts the tree. The Ice was looking to jump on. The Death Ward's down. Will get cancelled by the Boundless Strike. But Ice, he's going to tick down low to the Maledict. They're back into the pit, OG. And he does. Ice is gone. But Mushi, he got both! He got in, he got the kill, and he got the Aegis! They will make him pay. They'll kill him the once. But Mushi actually being able to take both factors of that Roshan away from him, as he will still die. But he got the kill, he got the Aegis. That's a hashtag worth.
That was like an 8-minute fight. It just kept going. Heroes just kept buying back. And MINESKI, they take their first sloppy fight of the game. Around that Roshan pit, Hit Lord reigns supreme.
Absolutely, yeah. So much stuff that S4 got done there. The damage, the control, the stacks building up, and Notel as well with sort of the Fortitude as we saw going outside of the pit, knowing Ice was coming back and just chopping down those trees like nobody's business. I think he caught him out twice with the Quelling Blade play.
That was such an awkward fight for MINESKI. Even the one in the jungle, it felt like that was very forced. They felt like they had to take that play, and I don't think they necessarily had to. At some point, you can just pop Nighttime, you'll get a Roshan for yourself, it'll be okay, you can play a little bit more patient. And even with all of that, with Moon buying back, they're still in a okay-ish gold lead.
They've still got the slight lead.
Yes.
And it's always big, especially when it's like a DK lineup, like the lineup, to take away them having the Aegis, because suddenly they're sort of put on a back burner where they can't really force objectives like they would want to.
Yeah, but at the same time, talked about how they're all killers in this game. That time they got way too over-aggressive. They thought they were a lot further ahead than they are, so they took a sloppy fight. They figured, okay, well, we'll just win this fight anyways. But OG, nobody went down during that Crimson Guard timing. No. Moon had a very aggressive orb forward, just got caught out by himself. And then they just started dying one by one.
MINESKI, they not put off, they still want to fight.
They still can look for a fight, they just have to set it up better than they have. Because there are a lot of tanky heroes now on the side of OG. Like, once that Crimson Guard finished, I undervalue that item like crazy. The fight was so complicated for them at that point. No-Tail gonna pop the ulti, running forward now.
Here's the Mushi, quick dream coil from Moon, holding back the ball temporarily, but No-Tail, he just continues chasing down this vengeful spirit. Quick swap from Mushi, creating some distance, but Jax is there with the cut around, has the net. He'll even hold the kill there for S4 to take. So OG again getting two. These moves from MINESKI being punished. Ice and Ninja Boogie will try up top, but the song's there straight away from Jax. They may have stepped in a little too far here despite having two alive. Ice and Ninja Boogie attempted for the play, but the song from Jax buys the time for them to surround and kill Ice.
I am not sure what that play was up at top. They knew that the entire force of OG was moving forward, but they still made an aggressive play under the tower to kill a Witch Doctor. I think the rationale was, well, we can just get this kill, get out immediately. It'll take 2 seconds, no time investment whatsoever. But it's
we'll see it again here. Oh, this is back at the so we'll see Mushi get the kill onto Roshan.
Oh, this was sick.
So what, he swaps himself in, bam, takes the hit, takes the Aegis. It was a very nice play, but as we're saying, overall was sort of a bit of the silver lining to a bit of a dark cloud regarding that last few team fights that MINESKI have got themselves into.
Now you've just allowed this Lycan back into this game. He's so strong. He gets on top of your Vengeful Spirit. You can't do much. And once again, is this just going to be another hero dead?
It's your hammer. Holding him down. Ninja Boogie's gone. Now with the rod as well, picked up by S4. They've got the setup onto the Shaman here as OG move from hero to hero. MINESKI, they're not even done. Look at No-Tail. He's heading straight up underneath the tier 3s. They're just destroying MINESKI as this game has just absolutely flipped on his head, and I think we're seeing sort of the strengths and weaknesses of MINESKI's playstyle. They love to fight. When it's going great, it goes fantastic, but when it goes bad, it just feels like the game's over.
Yeah, I think it's just done now. They're going to get racks minimum here. And this is so confusing. They literally just went in, died one by one, and this is how they're going to lose. This was a cliff, and it just fell straight down. There was no breaks on that train. At 24 minutes, the team that I did not think was going to get racks got racks.
So yeah, 5k lead for OG.
They've almost got a BKB now on Rezo. They're going to be so tanky.
I mean, this is sort of what the second time I feel we've seen this from OG already at this time. You know, that game the other day against Vici Gaming. Well, that one was sort of the other way around.
Yeah,
it's flipped. They've sort of, you know, they've read the situation that they were able to put Vici where with them in that game, and they're doing it themselves this time. They're saying it's all right if we lose the laning stage and we sort of lose these early fights, we can get back from them. They're doing what Vici Gaming did to them.
MINESKI, this is a really disappointing way to lose this lead. It feels like they haven't taken a proper fight since. When they were winning, it felt like they were consistently taking these very intelligent 5-man engagements, and now it feels flipped. It feels like OG are the ones constantly grouping up in force, getting a little bit faster to the goal line, and OG just picking them apart now. MINESKI, that was the weirdest engagement in mid. They lost hero after hero after... They lost 4 heroes in a row trying to save each other. It just felt like a Congo line of death.
And you can see sort of the amendments being made as well. You know, Ice was wanting the SOI, but now he's just going for the Ashen to BKB and roll. Lane, they have the song. Needs your hammer timing. Bam, frame perfect. No chance for Puck to do anything in reaction. Moon is gone. Minute without the Puck.
I think it's been something absurd. It's been a lot of kills in a row now for OG.
And look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, if you look at that.
There has sort of condensed red dots.
The last time they got a kill was like around the 20 minutes. It's been like 6 minutes straight of MINESKI getting killed.
I mean, the phone tag was hashtag play faster, not feed faster. Not going great for MINESKI.
And it's so disappointing because of how well they played in the early mid game. They were playing so selflessly. Like, this should not be understated. They were playing very well around each other.
The start looked absolutely... The movements, as you said, were pretty flawless from MINESKI off the back.
And then that weird Roshan decision where they ran in 1-by-1. It feels like the last 2 engagements I've just seen MINESKI players run in 1-by-1 trying to save each other. And sometimes it works when you're all together. But when you're actually just running in a single hero after a single hero, then it becomes impossible. There's such a strength in numbers in this game.
From lane, OG setting up in case anyone dare come out on the side. We got S4 rifting the rest of the boys in. As OG groups up as a unit down bottom. Rezo already searching that tree line, see if we can find things out. Darkness will be popped by MINESKI. They're going to try and take this fight. They pop down the tree call and silence up the tree, but the Crimson Guard and BKB's out. Resolution trying to turn towards Ice. Has that BKB done with the Wukong's command, doing a good job of bringing down Notel, and he'll get it. That's the Lycan down. Jerax moves in to go for the net, has to force himself away, but he'll also fall. MINESKI fight back. They hold the tower. They get 2 kills. They only lose the Shaman.
They're going to get 3.
Ice, indeed, slowly but surely chasing down a Fly. He'll try and turn with that death wall, but the boundless strike from Ice is too much, so they are able to hold that defense. Again, maybe this time around, maybe OG getting a little ahead of them. So I thought that they might back up as soon as the darkness was popped, but they seemed like they wanted to stay and force it.
And the weird decision there is they didn't have the Naga Sleep. It was about 12 seconds away. If they were a little bit more patient, you can make that move.
Because surely you see the darkness and you're like, they want to do something here. Do we really want to do this, guys?
Guys, I think at that moment you just say back up. We'll wait for the Naga Sleep because that's your reset. This is the, oh shit, we messed up button. You need that in these kinds of engagements because when everything gets popped, if you can just Naga Sleep, people walk away, reset the fight, then you'll get it on your own terms. You can wait out a lot of these on cooldown. But credit to MINESKI. That was a very nice play what they did. They did the Ags hook coil into the swap onto the Lycan, which immediately killed him.
Yeah. And you know, we saw as well sort of in that Rezo tried to turn his attention towards Ice, but when he has the BKB and the +20 armor from the Wukong's command, this is not an easy target to kill. The Ice is going to be able to survive in the midst of that circle at the moment. You just don't have the damage to take the monkey out.
And both teams, I mean, this is kind of a gritty game. Feels as though they're not playing at their 100%, but in games like this, it's always a little bit awkward. It's when you sort of like lose your tempo. Both one team feels like they're so far ahead that they can just go ahead without most of their massive abilities.
Interesting build. So Ice, focusing purely on sort of his main hero's right click. He's got the butterfly queued up. I mean, evasion is certainly going to be key in this matchup where neither of the cores really want to be building MKB or Bloodthorn. So, I mean, and that, once he has evasion as well, then there really is very, very few chances of them killing him in his Wukong's command.
They have such a sick combo, though, the swap into the Axe Coil.
Oh,
They've got to be really careful about that on the side of OG, because there's no BKB on this Lycan. He gets popped quite quickly during that time.
I mean, I feel like I've seen the Venge Puck combo get through more drafts than I feel it should, because I feel like some teams maybe even understate how good it is, because it literally can just end the game. That sort of catch and lockdown is very hard to play against if you're not used to it.
Yeah, it's 500 damage and a full 3-second stun.
Yeah, through BKB.
Yes. Actually, with the Scepter, it's 4.5 seconds and 700. Yeah.
Whilst also screwing up the rest of the team that you've caught in the coil. It seems too good, and teams that are good with it, like MINESKI, are getting the chance to do so. This is one of the ways to deal with it, though. Jump straight onto the puck, but there's the swap. No, Mushi will save the puck. Ice has the Wukong's command down. Moon, he's going to try and jump back, but Jerax will be able to finish him. So they lose Moon. They've got the rune onto MINESKI. OG fighting in hard. They're still using that strength, that lead that they've managed to mount against MINESKI as they find 3. They'll turn towards Ninja Boogie. He's going for the TP out, but the hammer indeed from Jerax comes through, cancelling the TP. They'll lose 4. There'll be a buyback on Moon, but there's 3 heroes down, Will, and they don't have buyback.
I think this might just be the game. Moon buys back in a desperation attempt, trying to shove out the waves, but
I think OG realized.
Yeah, it was just the team who formed up his 5 faster. OG taking advantage of that. And it looked a little bit dicey when they lost that engagement at bottom, but this time around they waited for the sleep. They had all their major abilities up. They were the team on the offensive this time around.
And look, just helping it clean up the game. Song into the hammer. Timing, of course, perfect. That's Moon gone. Ice is going to jump in. He's got the BKB. Can he really do anything again? He's got the 4-man boundless strike. He has some of the right click for the Jingu Mastery, but it's not enough. They move into the base. They'll swap. They've got their Hex onto S4, but the Ancient is falling. GG is called late. OG taking your game 1 here in what was, I think as you said, well, it felt like maybe a little bit of a warm-up for both of these teams. There were some questionable plays from both sides.
Yeah, I think especially for MINESKI, they're going to be disappointed in this loss because for 20 straight minutes, they absolutely owned this game. And then for the next 6, they got just obliterated. They started dying one by one. It felt like they weren't able to slow the momentum at any point. And it was awkward. And for a second, it looked like it was going to go the other way, where OG took a disastrous fight. They don't look super happy about this game, and as well they should, because that was a disappointing loss.
Absolutely. I think that you can see it there on the faces of MINESKI. They know that they messed up at that certain point, and that's also the refreshing. As we know coming into game 2, we can be guaranteed to see both these teams step with them.
This is a very close series. That was a very close game.
Absolutely.
Dire team man.
becomes like being willing to commit in the first phase. They will run that in all 3 lanes. The Tusk, one of their mainstays. The other one on the table is going to be the Fly Rubik. That's their most played here. And on the other side, you cannot...
What makes her so broken is the fact that you'll win a team fight with her eventually.
Yes.
She's probably the best hero Roshan. If you're down in a game, you just go fight. You'll get the Roshan because you can always just pop the sleep. Easy disengage. Yeah. She almost feels like just a redo. If you mess up, it's like, well, we have sleep. We're all gonna be okay.
It's always been like that, but with Meteor Hammer now it's also offensive.
Yes.
Before it was like only ever really defensive unless you'd grab it with like a Jakiro or an Enigma. That was really where she got value. Now it's just she's just amazing all the time. I don't even know how to fix it. Do you nerf Meteor Hammer? Do you delay the time it takes for a song to turn off maybe?
That was my idea, is that you need that like half second so that it doesn't always just collapse and hit. Because if you're a good enough player, you're always going to get that timing off, and it makes it very difficult. If you pre-pop BKB, then you just die, you get netted, everyone just kills you. We saw that in Liquid versus Newbie. That was like the downfall of their life sealer last pick.
Could you actually Meteor Hammer him before he casts Rage? Is that what you're saying?
No, it was more just like when he would pop sleep, Matama Man would be raged up, they would just ensnare and 1v5 him.
Yeah, that's the thing to me if you want to fix that. But anyway, let's go. This is actually very unusual for Vici. They haven't had a Razor open in 2 months, I believe. And it's particularly unusual because the Omni Knight is already banned. Whereas on the OG side, you're going to see fairly traditional opener for them.
But we talked about the prevalence of these cores that are good at all phases of the game. And Razor's like he's the Mario of characters. He's not particularly good at one thing, but he's okay at everything. He's got a very solid laning phase. He scales okay when it comes to the late game. He's a decent anti-carry.
It's a me, Razor. Sorry.
I like his talent options too. Like at the 20, you can either either get more armor or just go farther into your ultimate, dealing a lot of damage. Yeah, selectively he can be good, but I think against Chen it's gonna maybe have some trouble, just because of the amount of things for his ultimate to hit. You know, Chen can keep you up alive. He can send people back. Penitence takes a hero that's normally tanky and makes them die a lot faster. So I think for reasons like that, Razor could potentially just get blown away every fight, especially against a Witch Doctor as well. He gets maledicted, the fight's over for him. He's got to leave.
And it's just also Razor's a hero that if he is a lane dominator, if he has a difficult laning stage, very difficult for him to come back at the game in any point. And Chen is just a hero that can ruin your lanes if you're not ready for the rotations that enemy team runs with him.
It was weird though. Like, you take this Razor, I feel like there's some flaws in this, because even though he has a very good laning phase, sometimes he feels very mediocre when it comes to scaling. He doesn't have a flash farm ability, which is always like the downside of playing Razor. You can plasma field, but it feels really mediocre. So if you don't dominate your lane, the hero feels like it doesn't add that much value.
I would agree. I really am starting to like his passive more and more as time goes on. There's a lot of times where we'll be playing against a Razor, and I'll get dispelled by his passive without realizing it and lose something important like attack speed or movement speed or something like that. But I think there's certainly late game situations where he can be valued even better than he used to be. The Coddle pick is very likely as a counter push thing. Between those two heroes alone, they already have amazing blast capabilities. They can clear a full creep wave, possibly kill Chen creeps. So I think it's a decent opening.
The idea too, there was a recent series, it was EG versus Cole. They take Complexity takes Sand King plus Chen, which is a really classic combo. Because if you think about how that lane goes, the Sand King just gets Caustic, he pushes in the wave, then Chen comes in with the creeps, you sandwich, you get a kill almost instantly, right? You just stun on the tower, the creep stuns, then you take the tower after that because the Chen creeps can just tank the incoming wave. It's very hard to stop that. But EG's idea behind it was, we're going to pick Beastmaster Coddle and just force out the waves. We'll push it in, it's fine. The offlaner, especially in this meta, gets whatever he wants anyways. The important thing is saving that safe lane tower for as long as possible.
The only way that I see it as a little bit vulnerable is that Coddle can't do much to stop Chen creeps from harassing him and possibly setting up kills. So yeah, like blast-wise, it can stop the creep wave pushing, but
it's okay.
I feel like if you go on the Coddle.
No, what he does is he stands on the tree line, he blasts out the wave, he kills the wave, so that whatever offlaner you're trying to gank for, it's impossible for him, because if you're just running past the creep wave, then the Coddle and whoever's up there with him confirms that somebody's getting aggressive, and you have plenty of time to react. Because you fire from the trees repeatedly. It's okay
so
to...
I guess you'd have to approach with like a smoke with the creeps or something, that way you'd catch the Coddle solo instead of...
If you keep shoving in the waves in Dota, it makes it so it's pretty difficult to gank because process of elimination, and it makes it really hard for the offlaner to do it naturally. Like, that's why Sand King usually works with Chen, but this Coddle kind of counters that in that regard.
Yeah, but this is, when we talk about the new patch, and I'm sure we'll have time to cover this in more detail at some point, but I think this new patch by and large isn't going to impact pro play that much relative to some of the other changes we've seen, but one of the things that you're going to see is that support items, that courier going down to 50 gold, the bounty runes giving 40 to everybody, supports are going to have more money early. You're going to see more early smoke ganks. You're going to see more. I think that Coddle is more vulnerable to getting sort of found out if he tries to play in the trees behind that wave.
We got a Kunkaban as well as a Clockwork. I thought I'd just verbalize that since you guys can't see the TV from this distance. Old men.
Thanks, Kev.
No, I can now. I mean,
thanks, Perch.
They moved it all the way over.
That one I actually can't tell.
That's
is that
DP.
Ogre?
Hey, see, now you've got
DP
one.
and Night Stalker on both sides.
Oh, it is.
So that, yeah, they're gonna... Vici commits to the Razor, which is probably a paparazzi hero. They've only played it once way after taking out the long duration silence. Very nice.
And also Kunkka. I figured they were going to go for a mobility pick with the Kunkka. Basically Coddle vulnerability. Did you say Storm is bad against Coddle because of Blinding Light? I remember that was like one of the two supports you always hated playing.
The ones that I hate playing against are the ones that mess up my math. Like when you zip in and you don't instantly get the burst. Like when you play against Dazzle, because whoever gets gone on you just grave.
Yeah.
Until you get Orchid, it's a little bit of an annoying matchup. Storm against Coddle, there's like this weird thing where Blinding Light does annoy you, but Mana Leak pretty much doesn't do anything.
Because it doesn't work when you ball in.
The annoying part is like when Coddle gets like Ags plus Force Staff, and you don't, when you zip in, Force Staff counters Storm like really hard, because whenever you zip in, you use the majority of your mana, like more than 40%. So it's hard for you to get the next roll in. Like you pretty much use all your mana for the escape as well, is the downside when you have to re-engage. And so that part is a little bit annoying, but once you get BKB, it's kind of okay. You just have to overjump and make sure that you get him with the first pull, and then you can usually blow him up.
And Storm's also gonna... I don't know if they'll put Razor mid or not, but if it is a Razor versus Storm matchup, it's not great for Storm there, but late game, Razor shouldn't be any issue at all. Like, Razor can't do anything against Storm.
Yeah, there's no catch ability, and he's not going to go...
Not gonna let him sap damage.
Yeah, if you go like Bloodthorn or something like that, it's a little bit awkward, but Storm should have BKB and some items on top of that at that point.
But notice what we're talking about here. We said before that we felt like OG would dictate the draft, and notice that that's happened, right? The Coddle very much a reaction to the Chen the Witch Doctor, the Nyx a direct counter to the Storm Spirit. It's very much Vici who's reacting to the picks of OG, and I think OG are fine with that.
The best thing about Nyx is it makes it so that Storm can't play these games where he plays in your jungle and just like runs at you. If you take the safe lane tower, the enemy safe lane tower, oftentimes when you play Storm, you go to the enemy jungle, you shove it in at all times and you pressure. But having a Nyx on the side makes it really difficult.
An S4 brew for OG.
Yeah, and this is it's really good because it can put some pressure. This is one of the few offlaners that can consistently, I guess a lot of them can put pressure on the safe lane Razor. Really put pressure on almost any safe lane carry now.
It's really good at diving too, so hypothetically if they push a creep wave and dive towers with Chen creeps, Bruce can be really useful there.
I feel like Vici, it would have been nice if they could have taken something like Gyro. I don't know how feasible that is. If you take something like Gyro, you need an offlaner or a 4 that just has like dedicated lockdown, because you need to be able to kill this storm with 2 heroes.
Well, but that's sort of the question that VG is going to have to answer is, can we broaden Ori's hero pool a little bit? And they're going back to something really safe. The Dragon Knight for the instant disable does have a favorable matchup statistically against Storm over the last 3 months. But again, it's very like OG. If you'd have asked OG what Vici were going to pick there, Dragon Knight would have been on the list for sure.
No, actually, that's something I just realized. Something really cool about Razor in this matchup. His passive will dispel the Holy Persuasion sendback from Chen. Like one of those things I totally like. I mentioned that it does dispel and purge things, but that's one of the things it'll prevent. Like if Storm gets jumped on by Dragon Knight, gets stunned, if Razor just shows up and walks near him with his passive, he can break the sendback, which is something OG would have been able to rely on.
I think the idea has changed too. Like when you take Chen, oftentimes you represent that you're trying to end the game early, but then you pick a hero like Storm who overwhelmingly wins you the late game, and so Vici are drafting around that fact. They're now switching to the team that's trying to win the early a little bit more with this DK and this Razor.
I don't know if it's going to be super possible though, because they can do stuff like send back ball lightning nukes.
Yeah, that's the idea behind Coddle plus Storm, right?
You can do that every 10 seconds. Yeah. It's actually insane.
It makes it really hard for Vici to go for the high ground. But OG need like another hero to split the map and push in waves and be relatively annoying.
Split push decent, I feel like, between like Bruce Storm. Like all 4 of OG's heroes are decent at split pushing a little bit.
Yeah. Like that SK pick. We said that they needed another catch hero. Like the Nyx alone is not enough. You need a second hero to make sure, because especially for playing Nyx, it's a little bit awkward.
Dragon Knight helps as well, but Sand King's even better to have all 3. Yeah, it's like 3 different ways to land your first stun and do follow up.
DK's okay, but I think he needs damage this game.
We're looking
and like
at
a BKB at some point.
Looking at a no-tail hero 5th for OG. The Lone Druid, the Lycan figure prominently. He's played a little bit of Viper recently. And you can 5th pick Brood here, but I don't know that I'd go for that.
I'm not a big fan of it, I guess. Brood against like Coddle and Sand King.
Yeah, the Coddle Sand King are really good Brood deterrents.
It's going to feed spiders and they can catch you. Blink disables.
Yeah, the Lone Druid is 6-0. It's his most played hero over the last, since January 1st. And I think OG has all they want out of this draft. I really do.
I like that.
Yeah. Very nice rounded end to the draft from OG. Let's start with Will. Who's had the better draft? Who's winning this opening there?
I think OG. I feel like Vici's heroes, a lot of them accomplish the same stuff. Like Nyx and Sand King, that's always been the downside, is it feels like they're the same hero. I think OG, it's much more straightforward for them. They're not boxed into going and having to win the early game just because they have a Chen. I think OG.
I like OG as well. I think the Lone Druid is perfect. Against a stun-heavy lineup, you just need to pick a hero that's high on HP, who doesn't care about stuns that much. That's the Lone Druid. And if Razor links somebody, he can just roar, push him away the opposite way. I feel like there's a lot of stages where OG just has an advantage, and then they win late with Storm.
I think you're getting good. I can hear them actually underneath us right now, just barking out orders to the rest of the team.
They're ready.
They are ready, and we're almost ready. So just final thoughts quickly. Alan.
I'm bullish on this Vici Gaming team, but OG's on a hot streak right now. They got everything they wanted out of the draft. I'm going to go OG as well.
Okay, all right. It's a fairly fundamental draft for OG as far as the first game is concerned. It's time to hand you over to our commentary team for our opening match of ESL 1 Katowice. So let's hand you over to the pixelated Hatmen.
Thank you very much, Red Eye. Yes, we're here ready for the first game. And what a game to start with. OG versus Vici. I'm only Pixel. I'm here with Capitalist, of course, for this one. What do you reckon, Cap? The panel, they seem to be all on OG side off the back of this draft. Do you agree?
Well, it's hard to go against OG, seeing as this is a lineup that they ran very similar in the, I believe, the Epicenter qualifiers. They went up against the Final Tribe, and they had almost identical picks. They had the Chen, they also had the Storm, as well as the Lone Druid, and they had a Centaur. So here we'll replace the Centaur with a better team fighting offlaner in the Brewmaster, right? So that's already better. And then I think they maybe, instead of like Witch Doctor, they probably like a Rubik by position wise. So they stomped that game at the Keeper of the Light, sitting in the off lane rather than protecting against the Chen, and that's going against them right now. They're going to lose Old 11, and they may even lose their top lane as well. Paparazzi barely gets out.
Yeah, the first blood there for Fly. I think doing the job, and as you said, both of those side lanes looking to get pressured at the same time by OG, and that's got to be worrying for VG Gaming when OG's just sort of enabled to go this ham on both of those lanes at the same time. In the mid lane matchup, that's not looking any greater for Vici Gaming at the moment. Rezo standing 11 for 3 against the 6 for 0. All 3 lanes looking pretty good for OG after the back of the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, honestly, what is Lanham supposed to be able to do with this? This is why EG ran the Keeper of the Light in that safe lane, was to keep that pressure off of their safe lane, to be able to prevent the Chen from being able to go with deep power dives like this.
And they're just keeping Paparazzi right back in, as we can see. Only 2 CS so far on the Razor, having a very tough time up top at the moment. They've got to do something, BG Gaming, with their supports to make these side lanes worth it. Well, the fact that you have these supports at the side lanes, is there ever actually going to be a chance, you think, for Vici Gaming to make a move with them towards mid on Rezo before Rezo hits that 6?
It's hard to say. I think Lanham should honestly just give up on that top lane. Can't really impact it very much with just Impale, but at the same time, him solo ganking for a Dragonite pre-level 6 is also going to be a hard app. So there's just no easy answer.
Yeah, and look at this, as soon as he's gone, top lane, Paparazzi's getting dove upon him. Laminum was looking towards mid, but he has to come straight back up to the top lane because of the pressure that S4 and Jerex have put on, so there'll be more time where Rezo does not have to worry about an Nixus assassin. Will be fine. Himself backing away in top lane. Lanham and Paparazzi there.
Radiant team, bang. Omni Knight. The prodigal hero.
I like Omni here actually.
I like having a save for Death Prophet always. Yeah. So this is nice already.
It's a save for Death Prophet, and I thought Earthshaker was a little bit reactionary, right? They're thinking, okay, we got to be able to deal with this Tusk mid, so we're gonna have the Earthshaker play behind the Death Prophet mid, but the Earthshaker doesn't protect the Death Prophet as the game goes on.
They need some big carry here on the side of MINESKI. Sure, they've got team fight. Sure, they've got damage from Exorcism, but who's going to carry the game?
Mushi
has played
1 and 2 with it since January 1st. I almost feel like OG are baiting
the PL.
I was thinking about it a little bit. I thought MINESKI needed a aggressive frontline sort because of their style that they do, right?
Okay.
I actually didn't think that MINESKI was going to tide carry.
I can see Lifestealer, but I don't.
I think Razor threatens Puck more than Lifestealer.
But then where are you? What does that leave you with? I mean, it's
not saying I'm obsessed with Razor, but
the more I look at this, the more I think Razor's you're probably right. Razor has to be
the
big thing they're looking at.
Void. They banned Void for the DP, Void DP, because it's just to solidify the fight.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
So what is OG? What else could OG want? The Venge. Could be one of those games for the Arc Warden.
Ooh. I mean, I guess you could get
for OG,
I guess you could get Keep Brood Mother here. Scary against the Earthshaker, but
not in the laning phase. Laning phase.
Laning phase.
Laning phase.
Chews him up.
Eats him.
But
Dire team pick.
Oh yeah.
They banned the DP.
Okay, so Lifestealer maybe. Lifestealer Luna TA.
Lifestealer.
10 seconds remaining.
So the three that I can see. I'm having trouble coming up with.
We talk about the PL.
Yeah, we
talked about
mentioned
baiting the PL.
Yeah.
The Queen of Pain is a possibility, but I hate that pick here.
I think they need something that can transition and benefit. Just something that can benefit from this repel.
That's okay.
So Dragon Knight.
I mean, it's looked good this tournament for sure.
Yep.
OG.
Second most picked.
I'm still thinking like Venger, Arc Warden, unless they go for something like Lone Druid and they just go for super late game.
Arc Warden is disgusting.
Arc Warden, Lone Druid, Venge. Those are the three.
Isn't Arc Warden? I thought Death Prophet was supposed to be the better hero. Because they go through bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it gets to the point in the game. Okay, so
There
they're
you go,
gonna
Monkey King.
Oh, against the draft. Oh, okay, all right.
Against DK, and they have the puck this time around.
OG.
Alan's already done.
Wow.
But we've not even asked for predictions. Alan's just like OG.
I think OG. I think OG figured him out. I really do. I think with this draft that
you're playing with them in this draft.
Not necessarily playing with them, but I think after that game one comeback, they had a chance to look at the draft. They had a chance to talk to Mad. I just think they have something to bad.
Mineski.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, what? You're asking me why? Come on, I was just passing on. Come on.
You're trying to egg them. We don't have time for the argument. We don't have time for this one. I'm gonna go with OG as well. I actually do think they look super prepared now for this team. I've seen the last game.
All right. 2 for OG, 1 for Mineski, and we haven't even asked him why. Let's find out from our commentators what they're going to make of this one. Gents, we move into game 2 with a bit of a flip here in the draft. The old monkey and the puck have moved across the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. As much as a monkey ice is No-Tail, I'm sure he's going to be a great monkey as well. He's a cheeky little fella, No-Tail, and yeah, taking it from Mineski. Are OG going to have better luck with the monkey?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yet to find out.
We will find out pretty shortly as we get so soon into the game. But the other picks sort of elsewhere around it. I mean, Mineski getting that very strong 4th pick. They get that Omni Knight through, which I feel like we're starting to see teams maybe rate a little less more recently. It seems to be a hero that's sort of getting forgotten about or just being let through at later stages of the draft. In a phase where about a month ago, this hero would always be first phase ban pick.
Okay.
The Omni Knight.
Oh, the Omni? I think the Omni's still like incredibly strong.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Like I don't. The thing is the hero good. You nerf a hero that gives physical immunity, magic immunity, and a very nice heal. One of the best heals in the game because it's also so offensive. It's got a good laning phase on top of that. Conceptually, Omni Knight is such a sick hero, right? How many times in a row have they nerfed it? I know every time they nerf it, Slacks gets really worried. Like he panics and he tells me, he's like, I hope this team loses with it.
I know, we got to look after Slacks because what updates every 2 weeks. He's sweating. He's sweating a lot.
He's sweating.
With each and every draft of the Omni Knight. Competitive. So here again, game 2. OG versus, and of course, up 1 game. All very tense and exciting between these two teams, though. They have to step it up. Game 1, we saw some brilliant plays, but we also saw some questionable play. I'm hoping that both teams, they've had their team talks, and they're coming into this game with sort of a refreshed approach to the game.
Whose lineup do you like better?
Personally, I'm not sold on Monkey King. As a hero, I think this hero, sure, it has a lot of strengths, great matchups and such, but I think overall, in terms of a core to carry a game, I think it definitely has its lackings. So I would sort of agree with some of the panel with the Mineski. With the DK and the DP and the Omni Knight, I think OG's going to struggle, personally.
Who took, was it Nahaz took OG on?
I think it's because what Cap said Mineski, and I think Fog said Mineski. Okay. I never listened to Pan. Who does?
Who cares, dude?
But what do you think? What about you?
I kind of like OG's lineup.
You like OG's here?
Yeah, I think they're going to be playing fast around the end. I think they're going to play really quickly around the Shadow Fiend. And Mushi mid? She was blocking from... What a guy.
What a team player.
What a guy.
Get themselves out. They did have the warp miss, so maybe they were seeing if maybe... I don't know, I was going to say they would dodge the matchup, and in a sense they do, because well, S4's going to be against Mushi top. And they will have, obviously, Rezo versus the DP and the Monkey King for OG down bottom, farming up against the Omni Knight. I guess there was a sort of a couple of matchups that OG wouldn't have minded the Monkey King. Either the Omni lane or the DK lane. I guess they're both lanes where you're going to be able to build up the stacks and sort of harass back, right?
Rezo's getting low, but the stun's going to fly onto Fly.
That's your first blood. Okay. Fisher block coming through. And that's something that I feel like I haven't said that in a long time, because we just don't see Earthshaker, do we, Will?
Yeah. Earthshaker
no one plays this hero anymore.
Well, he just got nerfed quite a bit. The thing about Earthshaker was he was straight up the best hero in Dota 4.
Yeah.
Because you could solo kill any hero in the game from a 4-position standpoint. Once you got Blink Dagger, you were solo killing a core. You know how obnoxious it was, Owen, to see these like 4K players just run at me with Earthshaker? No-Tail might go down, but gets around the tree line. It felt incredible though. I'd play like a 1500 HP hero, I'd stand near creeps, just get bursted instantly and die solo. It was great.
I'm excited to see if Jabs can make it work again this game. So far, sets up for the first blood, and already had a bit of a jab down bottom onto No-Tail, and he's prepared to do so again. Does have the Fisher back up and has the mana for it. It all lies on seeing whether Mineski can still make the Shaker perform in 2018.
Still a good hero. Like Fisher inherently is always going to be okay. The fact that he comes equipped with more or less 3 stuns. Of course, Enchant and Echo don't really stun unless you're right next to people. But even then, once you get a Blink Dagger, you've got 3 initiations. Always going to be really nice. Works well for the DP too, because it's very offensive and defense. Mid with the DD. Through Jabs is ready for this as well. They're going to go for a straight up tri lane. I really like this idea though. Try to shut down Rezo. Rezo is the true carry in this situation. The Monkey King is a side core. They don't really care how No-Tail has a good gamer.
I mean, so far, even though Mineski have been sending heroes mid, Rezo is having a very strong start. 12-4. Already the soul's nice and high, so getting the CS from Moon, relatively easy for the Shadow Fiend.
Walking around, gonna go for the pull and try to get a level. He understands that going mid is honestly a waste of time. When the Earthshaker sits behind it, behind the DP, it's impossible to make a move. So he's just trying to secure his levels. And going up the top, I think, is fruitless too. And killing an Omni Knight doesn't seem very easy. Not with just the Monkey King.
I mean, and talking about the, as you sort of been saying, the strengths that the Shaker once had and the some that he still had. What is it? What's sort of the bad side of this hero? Why is it not favored? What's so weak about it now that makes it hard to play for a lot of teams?
The ulti is a lot worse than it used to be. Before in the past, it felt like you could always get the solo kill, but now it feels quite impossible. As nice Tusk, Ice Shard's blocked by No-Tail, whipping a little bit, but they should still get this kill quite easily. One more hit.
Did have a look to see if he could get that neutral deny, but OG find it from that. Taking the kill.
Look at mid. Resolution. He's given the treatment. They are genuinely just 3-on-1ing him right now.
But the question is, I mean, is it really working? Because he's still CSing fine.
Yeah, he's actually doing just okay. And Jabs, I think, is in a position where he feels the same thing that that Jerax does, where he's like, I don't have a lane to go to, but at least Jerax is pulling. He's getting XP that way. Jabs is in a position where he's just ambling between mid and top, or mid and bottom, and trying to set up for something, but it's not quite there. As now the counter 3-man comes from OG. Maybe Jabs will just like throw out a fissure to say like screw it, but he's wasting a lot of time right now. I think he's still level 1.
He's level 2 now. In the Shaker, 8.5 at the moment. Bottom. Tail. Found himself size. Does have Jerax with him. Jerax looking for the sharp block. A little off with the play there. And have to get the block off and Jabs' presence. Ice more than safe. Down here, Ice getting a decent amount of CS. Mid lane, Moon. A attempt being made upon him, but he had the Spirit Cypher to heal himself back up. Wrap around for Ninja Boogie. Gets the kinetic field down onto Fly, but Moon with that Maledict still on him. Knows that he can't chase one raise. Moon would have been dead, so he'll have to back off. Does not have regen at the moment either. Does have the Shrine available. Heads over to the Shrine.
OG are doing really well in all their lanes so far as Mushi. They pop a bit of damage. The TP comes in as well.
Looks like they did. Try on his own at the moment. Maybe worried that he was going to get aggressive and then would have looked for the chance.
Oh, No-Tail.
Found him down bottom. With the field down, he is surrounded. He's trying to build up the Jingu stack so he can get some sort of lifesteal back in response. He might actually be able to do so here onto Jabs, and if he lands it down, that's going to be a lot of lifesteal. Let's get it. Is it enough to keep him alive?
Oh, he's gonna get the kill.
Yeah, it's enough to keep him alive long enough for the jabs kill. He will still fall. They tried their best to stun lock him there so he couldn't get the boundless strike out, but they didn't have quite enough control and damage. Sure, they do still get the kill, but No-Tail bringing one of them down.
It's not even that bad for him, honestly. That was a 3-man rotation. They split between 2 heroes. He gets a solo kill. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. The rest of his lanes are going to alleviate a lot of pressure as up at top. Fly going to come in. No-Tail.
Coil. Straight down. Fly. Going to get the cast off. Throws the Maledict first. And well, with the Dream Coil snap back and the right clicks, that'll be more than enough to bring Mushi down.
I said No-Tail, but I meant to say Dragon Tail. Mid. Move. Aggressive. Catapult here. It looks like for a second they want to protect it. The 3-man rotation
look at these TPs though, straight away. They will bring both of them in. They think get a kill out of this as well. They have a Ninja Boogie.
Yes. Fine, I guess.
Doesn't have a TP though.
What's your play there? Like he is wasting a lot of time as in mid.
Maledict, Snowball. That'll be a kill for Reza. Punishing Moon on the mid lane. So yeah, Ninja Boogie just continue to try and make his safe walk back to his half of the map. But so far, yeah, these 7 minutes, top 3 CSs on the board are all those of OG. Having a good time with their lanes. And we're still, it really does feel, other than that first play, I'm struggling to see what Jabs is able to achieve on the Shaker. It seems like a very hard game for him to play this hero at the moment.
And that's the problem, right? Is when you play Shaker, you often want to try to win the mid lane, but Witch Doctor was waiting there the entire time. DP probably going to go down here again. And this is something I want to point out too, is the later rotations matter so much more.
Oh, down bottom as well. They look for
going to get a kill again?
He does. He gets the Jingu stacked up just in time before the boundless. He'll turn. He should still die here as Ice and Jabs will surround him.
Again, it feels okay though. They get the kill mid as a return. He gets a kill again. They're splitting XP between this. That's really the only kill that they can really get, because OG understand, it's whatever. And I think they're surprised even that No-Tail's still getting those kills. Because he's the only person on the map that they can reasonably kill. Like, S4 is not an easy kill by any means. Already 4 levels up into the orb.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The top, it looks like they want to make a move again. I think they're going to wait for Fly. I think you wait for Fly, you pop the coil and go again.
With the Maledict, they can do it. Other than that, it's still a bit of a tricky one to go for.
This time he's warded though. They're going to make a counter rotation. I think they're thinking about baiting him, but...
They go straight away.
Oh, not like this.
Mushi, too far away from the backup that's inbound. When the Maledict on him, he's gone. The backup just not able to get there in time.
They were trying to bait, but his team was so far away, and he saw the Witch Doctor come in under that ward. Maybe he just thought like, okay, well, they'll wait half a second. My team will get here in time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Right. So Moon keeping his distance. Have once again multiple heroes behind Moon in this middle lane. Bottom lane, No-Tail. Manning up onto Ice. The boundless won't be enough to get the kill, but certainly keeping Ice on his toes down here. The support's starting to move down, but I believe the line was drawn by Jerax, as he indicates for No-Tail to play it safe, and indeed No-Tail, as you can see, does. This warning as well. Look, they have, what, 3 wards around that mid lane?
He's the only person that they can kill. They understand that everyone is either waiting behind top or mid. They've made that rotation so many times, and No-Tail's starting to learn from it. Because he's like, okay, they've gone and ganked me twice. They understand, like, the other 2 cores are not very easily gankable. It's not worth the time investment to try to fight the SF, and Puck is a very difficult kill for them. But they're gonna get red very easily too, because once the Disruptor makes the rotation in mid and then they know that Moon, he's not a jungler on DP. DP is a hero that wants to get that ultimate off. When you have these long, like 2-minute cooldowns, you want to try to get him off as often as possible. And so you know he's rotating somewhere. It's got to be bottom. But it's going to be 5 heroes now. They're going to converge on mid.
OG want to fight. Fails. They're coming in with a wraparound from behind.
They should def this tower. This is a winnable fight.
The Elder Dragon and Exorcism, it could be tricky. They put the shards blocking off the steps at the moment. Jerax has his eyes onto Ninja Boogie. He's looking for who he wants to commit onto. No-Tail on the side getting caught out by Jabs. They've got the Dream Core down there. Mushi getting bursted low by the raises. Mushi will fall. The Death Prophet is well in trouble. That's a second kill here off the defense from OG. They'll block Ninja Boogie up with the shard. Set Resolution up for the double kill. And that That's got to be bad news for MINESKI. If you're going mid as 5, committing the Dragon Form, committing the Exorcism, and you don't get the tower, you lose 3 heroes, including those 2 cores, and then you lose the mid tower yourself.
Yes. And that's why I really wanted them to defend that tower. Like, there's no way that OG gives that up for free. Now with the kind of lead that they have, their heroes are so strong. SF, in the past, we used to think of him as such a weak core, but he's so tanky nowadays. It's not easy to kill this hero. He's got drums already. He's got a ton of health backing himself up. If you don't immediately burst him, if you get triple raised, almost any hero in the game goes down. Now you've got a Blink Dagger on the Puck, who's had a very successful laning phase. He's going to go for the BKB next, which is going to be a game ender at that point. And it's hard for MINESKI to deal with because jabs, they can enable this 4 position. When you play a 4 position in this game, you want to be in a position where you threaten on the map at all times. And Jarex was very smart about this. He realized, okay, I'm in a similar position as jabs, so what does he do? He goes bottom and he pulls the wave instead and just tries to get XP so that, you know, he can make plays later on to the game. When S4 hits level 6, they can go up there and get kills. He was a little bit more patient, whereas you pointed it out yourself. If Jabs is running between bottom and mid, throwing out the occasional fissure, it's not really his fault because it's just the way that the draft is geared.
Absolutely not. It feels lackings of the hero being shown. But we'll have to see. Maybe MINESKI, they can swing it around and we could get to the point where we see Jabs able to come in with some big level 6 plays, but still just level 4 at the moment on the shake-up.
That's why I was kind of surprised that Nahaz was right again. I completely agree with that. I felt like OG's draft was a little bit faster in that regard. They're going to make a move once again.
Straight in with the 2-man Dreamcore, Notel as well, with the boundless strike from the side. Death Ward dropped down, Ice unable to get off a single spell with the control OG have. MINESKI just continuing to try and make these plays, make these movements, but it really just feels like they just don't have the heroes to do it. And now that there's a 6k gold advantage for OG, it's just become so hard.
Gonna get gone on. The Earthshaker is there waiting for him. The 2-man silence is gonna fly out, but the fissure doesn't end up on the side that they wanted to. They're gonna get strong though.
Still able to chase this down, Moon. He's so close to the shrine, but the burst is just too damn high from OG.
Might even get a kill on Jabs as Fly is gonna run into him here. Potentially, they're just passing through each other.
Don't quite see each other with the night vision. Bottom lane, Notel jumping in and out. Playing around with Ice. Yeah, OG now with themselves positioned up towards top can look to try and put some pressure onto the safe link tier 1 tower of MINESKI.
Just jumping in and out during the wave, getting out.
Yeah, I like this with the build as well. Getting that Void Stone first. Got decent mana regen, so can afford to just spam out the lanes with the Primal Spring. Help keep the push on and keep the pressure alleviated from that tier 1 tower, whilst keeping himself hidden in the trees in between each time the spell's on cooldown.
The next timing for MINESKI is going to be when their Earthshaker hit his... That's when you maybe begin to make some comebacks. It's going to require OG to slip up a little bit, but we've seen that they do have the potential to do that. If we saw in the Vici series, they were in similar positions. I mean, I think this game is a much bigger lead.
They know that Notel's around here. They did just scan him in the trees. But Notel, he's got Backup coming in this time. He does. He gets the right tree, Ice. They will surround him. Same time in mid trying to make a play. They'll drop the Static Storm. They have managed to trap Notel. And they will be able to kill the Monkey King. Same time mid, Mushi loses his own life. Now OG, they're coming in for the defense. They'll say you can take the Monkey King, but we don't want to let you take our tower. Rezo revving up the Red Room from the side. It doesn't actually clip onto them. It's just an effect of limiting the damage. So a little bit of an ambitious ult, but it does at least force MINESKI to back off. And again, this is a usage of the Exorcism. Did get them a crucial kill, but still unable to get them those tower objectives that they've been hunting for.
Yeah, they really want to pick up any of the tier. You've got a DP, an Omni, and a DK on your team. You're telling me you haven't taken a single tier 1 tower at 15 minutes. That is not the way that they wanted to execute this lineup whatsoever. MINESKI, very nice pickup. Ice is a beast. The fact that he was able to read that tree. Notail was even being real good about it. He just kept going between them, back and forth. BKB almost now completed on Rezo.
Substantial lead, 7k at the moment. All 3 cores of OG, of course, ahead of those of MINESKI. And it as we've been saying, it definitely feels like the reason why they can't quite keep on to par is they can't get these towers. This is something that the Death Prophet relies on to be able to sort of keep the advantage. And it's just not happening at the moment as Moon is suffering towards the bottom half of the overall individual net worths this game.
You seen Notel, by the way? He got really afraid. He got kind of close to ice, but he's like, oh wait, this is ice. There's a decent chance he'll just decide to throw out the tree.
He's a bit of an expert with that, as we've seen us.
He just played the hero, so he's in that zone.
He knows the trees. He knows where you want to be going. He knows the good spots.
But they're waiting for Jabs' blink. This is the next major thing that they can really grab, try to change things. But Jabs is not even level 6, and it is 16 minutes. And when you can't enable your 4-position players, especially in this patch, it feels very bad. That's like one of the biggest knocks on EG right now, is it feels like Crit doesn't really have a lot of games sometimes. And when Crit doesn't have a game, you're not creating space for anybody. And this is kind of a similar position. But once he gets his level 6 and his Blink Dagger, they can change things. This is the upside. And there's very tanky cores on the side of MINESKI, so the team fight should never be discounted whatsoever. But at this point in the game, it's kind of an uphill battle.
We'll finally be able to take that tier 1 tower from OG on the bottom lane. Do still have the ghosts up. Ice on the hunt. King. Trees. As Ice is about, they are bringing more members down here, OG. Until the MINESKI doesn't get confident.
You got the blink now. This is where it all turns around, Owen.
Gotta look out for those big echoes. Definitely the chance, you know, sort of a misplay from Jax with a snowball could set up for some beautiful combos for Jack.
Needs a big echo slam.
Almost certainly want to make a play. Shadow Blade as well, picked up by Mushi. They have a lot of catch now on MINESKI.
They want to Roche? They're just baiting it. Both sides are just on opposite sides.
I guess with the full line up there, they could just not necessarily going to be the quickest of Roshan's.
Not easy at all.
No.
Weird that they're going for this.
I think they're realizing they're like, whoops indeed, says Fly. I guess they thought they had a hero that they didn't have or something. Yeah, Roche is not really that easy with those. Sure, you got an SF, he packs quite a punch, but yeah, it's not happening at the moment. Roche.
The other 2 cores don't do anything, and they don't have to take the core. They would take time.
We're going to try again?
Here we go. Now they're going to ice
with the sharp play. There we go. That's what they were missing.
Hey, it's still not very quick. This is... it depends on if MINESKI realizes that OG have actually not shown on the map for
those shards
quite some time.
That certainly helped out. Made it a little safer.
Still taking...
MINESKI, they're going to come over, sure. They're going to be like, where the hell
they should really,
where is everybody?
At this point, this should kind of be revealed. Nobody on OG has shown. They thought it was a smoke play at first, but Roshan's starting to get low.
They're not going.
Yeah. This has been one of the longer Roshan attempts.
Mushi's just going to farm ancients. They didn't check it out at all, so despite how long it took OG, they just get away with a full 5-man sitting at the pit.
So you could see the reasoning, like at first OG or MINESKI are like, oh well, they're probably just smoked up. So you saw what they did, right? They took every high ground angle that OG could approach from. Because if a team doesn't show and all your lanes are shoved in, at some point you realize like, okay, they're probably grouped up doing something.
Yeah.
But then the time that they were smoked had passed at that point, even though it was a very long Roshan.
I guess they, to be fair to OG, they played it in the sense that they knew MINESKI would probably be thinking what we were thinking. You know, MINESKI's not looking at this lineup going, there's a definite Roche threat from these heroes.
Yeah, it's the next level. I would agree, honestly. I don't know how much I can blame MINESKI there, too.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm being harsh on them, but it's just because that was such an unseasonably long Roshan. But I think the assumption is, okay, they don't Roshan very easily if you take a look at their heroes. Like, that took, like, a full attempt that they backed out. That they were like, okay, wait, how do we really do this?
Maybe we can get away with this, because they obviously were aware that MINESKI weren't coming to look it up, yeah.
But if MINESKI were aware of it, they would have taken that fight. They got the Blink Dagger on it. It's a pit fight. It's one of the better ways to fight. There's not any shrines nearby or anything like that. Roshan fights are always chaotic as S4. Actually, gonna get Yules up in the air.
He's in trouble. They got the Static Storm down surrounding him, and they were jumping in and grabbing. They popped the Echo Slam for that as well. I don't know if that's necessarily necessary.
I think that's gonna trigger OG into getting into a fight. That should lead them to the assumption like we should defend this tower.
They know there's no Echo. They know there's no Static Storm. The Shadow Blade. well as a BKB complete on Rezo. He is absolutely massive this game on the Shadow Fiend.
Dire's bottom tower is taking a beating.
Going for that, pulling out Silver Edge next. Let them dispose of the DK that little bit easier. That'd be very nice.
Really like that item, by the way, with the level 25 cooldown. It's up permanently.
Yeah. Oh, is it actually? Is that how it works out with the SF?
It's pretty certain.
I think you sound about right. I mean, it's 40%, isn't it? Pretty ridiculous. What? 24-second cooldown and. Oh, Rezo.
They got him.
They got one. They might get two out of this as well. They're chasing down Mushi. They put the slow from Notail. He's going to be able to build up the Jingu stacks. There will be a Dragon Tail holding him back. They'll go for the Maledict Death Ward. Mushi will be saved, forced back. Trying to do some quick maths.
I like how you're still focusing on
40 seconds. So 40% of 24 is 2.4 times, which is 9.6. 9.6 minus 24. 14.4. So yeah, it's a 14.4 cooldown for a 14-second duration. So 0.4 seconds off 100%. It's very close.
I've gone it before.
It's 98.76254% uptime.
Repeating.
Bottom lane OG. They'll move over. They took the tier 2 mid. They'll keep the flow down bottom. They know that they're strong. They know that it's very hard for MINESKI to really put a dent into their lineup with that Aegis still being in Resolution's hands, so
they still want to take the fight. They're getting so far behind right now. S4 though, going to completely break the smoke. They're going to make the initiation.
S4's there from behind. He's got eyes on the wall. Wukong's command will be dropped down from Notail, forcing MINESKI back. They pop the dust. They've got eyes. The cast bouncing between them. OG just doing a great job of holding MINESKI back from being able to jump into any sort of fight. S4 still eyeing it up.
He's still behind them. Feels like that was that would have been an OP opportunity for them to go.
Yeah, playing a little, I mean, I guess understandably playing safe. We saw in the last game a few mistakes being made for both sides, so both teams being sort of a little more reserved in how they jump around with their play style.
I'm okay with that move by OG. It's better to disengage there than get over-aggressive, lose heroes. Even an even trade at this point for OG is pretty bad. They can't afford to lose heroes when they're this far up.
Yeah, it feels like OG they don't really need to take the risk at the moment.
He's going to find Notail here.
With that Shadow Blade opening, jabs straight in with the Echo to make sure they have that instant lockdown and control. Notail will get taken down.
Very nice pick.
No hesitation from MINESKI there to just drop everything down.
And the last time they did it, OG didn't really take advantage of that. And these single pickoffs lead to such a gold swing for them. Notail's decision to go for the Lincolns, it's alright against the Dragonite, and it stops the glimpse. But even so, Earthshaker's like one of the best heroes against that sort of AoE, in that he doesn't really care about it at all.
I mean, and this thing as well, it's Notail getting caught out time and time again, but we're still in the game where Rezo is 4-0-5. They've been unable to pick the Shadow Fiend at all, and he has got that Silver Edge complete as well now.
SF's such a fast hero in this game. He's really scary to play against. Regard, if you don't get the immediate stun and you don't burst him, then he just gets BKB off and he runs around at max boost speed. They're gonna grab the last outer tower of the game. Doesn't look like OG are in a position to fight to defend.
Again, objective Rezo and Jerax will smoke up. See if they can catch any of the members of MINESKI, but MINESKI, they're playing it smart, playing it safe. Take the tower, they retreat. If they can catch anything in OG. Resolution just sweeping through the jungle. MINESKI on the high ground. You have to be careful, OG, how they go in there. It's about Rezo. He is looking for the courier, and he has found the courier.
Nice pick off. He is behind 4 heroes with a BKB. He feels incredibly confident. They're gonna go focus him back here.
Oh, and he did. And now we'll put the BKB. I was gonna, didn't pop it straight away to break the glimpse back. Should still be fine though. There's no detection on the front lines. But for that, Fly will pay with his life. Does get left behind and surrounded.
That was
Rezo maybe looking back, and Fly certainly was saying should have popped the BKB dude to stop the glimpse. But I guess Rezo, I don't know, maybe thought they could take the fight.
Yeah, but their main form of control wasn't there either. That just felt really, that felt odd. And they might even get this kill here. Rezo's gonna pop.
Just gotta be careful.
Shadow Blade and run around. The thing is, when you're this far ahead and you lose support kills, it's significant. You actually get an okay amount of gold. It's not like when you're ahead and you get like 100 gold per support kill or anything like that. That's gonna slow down some momentum here. And MINESKI, they need just one really big fight. They get one decent wipe. They're not completely out of this game by any means. As Mushi is in this up.
The shards.
Spotted here. But he's got a BKB now. I could see a realm of possibility in which MINESKI catch out OG getting over aggressive and winning a fight.
Let's see. Hotel. Put the lead in onto Mushi. They've got the coil as well. Holding him in the Wukong's command, but the BKB's pop. Gets himself just outside of the Monkey King ult. As Mushi will be able to wait for the shards to wear off. And will be able to walk himself out of there. Now they'll continue the chase. The backlines. Rezo just solos this Shaker who, you know, Jab's panic Echo Slam there. It did absolutely nothing. As that will be both Jabs and Mushi hitting the sidelines. After OG, they that time round are very sort of calculated about for the fight. They wait out the BKB, then they know it's safe to dive the DK. There's very little MINESKI can do to peel them off the...
It didn't do anything, or it didn't do nothing. OG's gonna go high ground with that Owen.
No itself, looking towards Ninja Boogie. G8 will come out, finding some safety for Ninja Boogie. Another Shaz does hold him in place. Rezo trying to get himself back away from Moon. S4 jumps in to finish off the kill on the Disruptor. Now look towards this tier 3 tower. Fortification comes out from MINESKI. They will have the Shaker back up, but no echoes. Rolling from Jarek's on towards Ice. The War's Punch setting up with the Maledict. The Rays will fly in. S4 jumps forward as well as the Boundless Strike. This is going to be an Omni Knight popping pretty low note. The Repel and Purification comes out in time. Ice keeps himself alive. No-Tails found him on the wrong side of the base. No-Tail will be punished. So MINESKI are able to get at least a core kill out of this, but they do lose their tier 3 tower.
It's going to open up the shrines, make things a little bit easier. The next time OG decide to go for any kind of high ground assault, for OG the next move is most likely to just wait for the next Roshan. MINESKI try to prevent that. You have to take a fight around those terms. Killing the Shadow Fiend twice seems like a tall task.
Yeah, they can't kill Rezo at the moment. Look at Rezo's items as well. He's got 3,700 saving up. He's going for the Nullify next.
Gonna be sick against all those heroes. Rezo gonna walk into them. Scan here. He's baiting out this bounty rune, daring Mushi to go for it, but he's gonna pick it up himself. The Shadow Blade down. Gonna throw out a warning race to Mushi, who's gonna backpedal.
Definitely one of those earlier Nullifier timings we've seen on an SF. Not really the item always picked, but I mean, as you said, for many reasons, very nice to be having this game. Sort of dispel on the GA and the item shutting down these items on these heroes like Mushi, who he has the BKB. He's sort of annoying Yules as well that you have to play around.
Have quite the backup yet. Everybody now.
Rezo can get in.
Who's faster?
Spire Shrine, and there's a lot of MINESKI here. OG realize this is not a fight for them to take.
They would throw the king right there.
We've seen it before.
You're in a really good position right now if you're OG. You don't have to make any of these risky maneuvers. Your game is not dependent on that at all. Going for the Roshan as an objective is the safest thing to do. They're gonna get out. S4 even gonna complete the orb. All gonna come around this pit. They don't do it very quickly though, so I think they want to take a fight first, and they're going to.
He jumps in immediately. They do have the coil down. Wukong's command is out. No tail. Look at the walls. This disrupted, but the shrine heals popped by MINESKI. Topping them back up. There's a sentry down as well. So Rezo unlikely to get any sort of surprise jump in on them with the SF. MINESKI retreat. They back up. They go for the smoke. They want to get back in. They know that there's no coil. They know that there's no Wukong's command.
S4 and Jarek's gonna run in there.
Jarek's, the snowball is going straight into the midst of them all. They'll turn and they'll take the touch. The rest of OG just get out of there.
And now they know that DK farm has been popped. You're MINESKI. You really wanted more than that.
The Nullifier's just been completed. So I think it's very important for Resolution to sort of get a fight where MINESKI don't know that there's the Nullifier, so there is that chance that he can sort of get it cast onto Mushi before Mushi's able to react to the projectile and press BKB. If he can get that Nullifier hit onto him first, that is going to make the fight so much easier for OG as a whole.
And if he gets like a Bloodthorn after, he'll have the Son of Doom build.
The Son of Doom. I mean, do you think he will? What's he got queued up at the moment? He's got the Butterfly, but I guess down the line, you could see him, you know, swap. He's obviously going to swap the Aquila and drums out for the Butterfly and then one of them out for another item. Silent Sands Nullifier is a pretty potent combo
I was telling people about that the other day.
What?
Your Son of Doom build.
I mean, that's the name of it, isn't it? That's what all the hip kids are using and all the pros are saying.
I don't think any of the hip cool kids are saying the Son of Doom build.
Kuro's in there going, right boys, time to whip out the Son of Doom. And then Miracle's like, yes boss. That's how it goes down.
Is that exactly
I mean,
how
what
it
else
goes?
do you call it? Nullifier and Bloodthorn. That's way too many syllables.
What hero were you playing? You're like Lifestealer? I like that.
I want to see a Lifestealer do it. Actually, I think I have. Someone did do it. I lost again. Smoke up from OG. Mineski, though, they're playing a lot smarter now, Mineski. They have been able to slow down the pace that OG was playing.
They're not letting the Roshan happen.
No.
Which is what we said was the key. And they've got a ward down here. Ishard's gonna fly onto the high ground when the smoke gets broken, but they're being very smart right now. They're being patient. They're not down to racks or anything.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see sort of on the net worth, it's what, between the 8 and the 16-minute mark, it really shot up, and then it's just pretty much stayed at this level. Yeah. OG have been unable to increase the lead that they've had. Sure, Mineski haven't been able to turn it around, but just keeping it at this level, that's great news for Mineski to just slow down what OG were able to force at the start.
Feels like I haven't seen very many extra. I think that spell is so powerful, especially it's not super item dependent, right? It's going to deal the damage it's going to deal. And she's quite tanky. She's got a lot of armor items, a Yule Scepter. It's not easy to bring down this Death Prophet backed up by the Omni Knight. So there is a very real possibility that she could go insane. It would require OG to kind of mess up a little bit, but we haven't seen them on quite their A form yet. They've made smarter decisions this game. Like their decision not to dive at bottom, I thought was really intelligent.
Around the pit, there's just constant focus from both teams. I mean, now that they are, you know, OG's trying to make the most out of it rather than having the full 5-man there. They've got S4 pressuring in the bottom lane, Notel pressuring in the top. So trying to sort of pull Mineski apart and away from the pit. And with that, they'll lose their bottom tier 2 tower, Mineski. Top lane, Notel jumping in, jumping out. But the Shiva's guard there for the vision, and Notel keeps himself just out of the range of the vision granted by him.
Gonna rock into Roshan during this time period.
Mineski, they are heading over.
They've shards them out though. Where's the...
Can they get it?
They're gonna get the glimpse.
They are. Fly sort of tanking the attention though at the moment as OG get the space to finish off Roche. You saw that as well. Resolution, he was not messing around. Pops the BKB just in case an Echo Slam play was attempted. Notel on the side, gets the Wukong's command down. Will force out the GA in fact from Mineski. As Mineski do get both supports, but OG will be fine. They got themselves in. They get themselves the Aegis and the Cheese. They get all of their cores out of there. And GA was burned.
Yeah. I think you just wait for your 2 supports. They'll be up in 40 seconds. You can go take a fight if you feel.
Both Aegis and Cheese, of course, at the moment on Resolution's Shadow Fiend.
Not the worst thing in the world, though, for Mineski. They got something out of that.
Do here, I mean, you say the supports are down, but very hard still for Mineski to get objectives out of this little window. To hope for another big sort of play like that. They do have those ghosts up, as you say. We've just really seen Mineski sort of struggle to get moved.
Rezo.
He's found some action, but Mineski is there with backup. They get the coil snap on the TK, and indeed, with that nullifier coil, there was just no chance. No BKB, no Shadow Blade, no escape for Mushi. He's now down for 70 seconds. Notel moving in with a BKB. Will be able to punch down Ninja Boogie.
That's an exorcism.
They'll just look to kite it out. Backing themselves up. OG get themselves away from Moon. Rezo even thinking about actually going back in under the cover of Invis. But they have to be careful, Mineski. They have to be ready to sort of preemptively pop BKBs at any sort of Shadow fight. He's looking at it. And that nullifier pickup from Rezo, getting that crucial kill on DK.
They're just going to wait this out and go high ground. This is the downside of Exorcism popping it defensively, is if the team sees that and you panic, use it too soon, this is exactly what happens. They'll just wait it out. Your Death Prophet without Exorcism, it is one of the better abilities when you're this far behind because independently it deals a lot of damage, but when you use it off cooldown like that, you don't provide much more in team fights.
Forward, to start things off, Rezo on the side actually popping a BKB. standing his ground, wanting these objectives, trying to get them as quick as he can before the jump backs in from the DK, and S4 goes in, gets the two-man coil straight away. They focus Moon. That's the death profit down for 70 seconds. Notel with the BKB and the Wukong's command, forcing MINESKI to back up. They'll find the Shaker kill. Mushi looking to lead in onto this Shadow Fiend. Resolution getting bought low, but he has the Aegis. He's going to be here for a second time round. S4 jumps in with the three-man silence. The BKB comes out from Mushi. Dragon Tail again, holding down Rezo. He's got that boosted armor though. The Snowball from Chariot's buying time as they'll drag Rezo deeper in. He's ready to try and fight back here. Looking for the raises. Boundless Strike comes out onto 3. The GA's out though from MINESKI as they look to turn. They've managed to find the Shadow Fiend. Can they get more out of this? Ice and Moon chasing down Notel. Paralyzing cast from Fly holds the two of them back, but the Siphon Slow is there. They surround Notel. He pops the cheese. He does have the Jingu build up, but he just doesn't have the lifesteal to sustain against these two. He's going to try his best, but with 3 heroes surrounding him, the silence coming through as well, making sure that the Boundless Strike can't come out. They'll lose 3 heroes on OG. MINESKI able to punish OG for that play. They do keep the melee racks alive. MINESKI showing us that they still have quite a fight.
Yeah, the team fight is still there, and Rezo popped his BKB early to try to secure that tower. But once that happened, the Aegis at that point felt very useless. Didn't really have a follow-up to that, as MINESKI had saved the rest of their BKBs. Unfortunately, they're still not getting their major abilities off, but that was a very important hold for them.
There was a few heroes as well that got low in that fight, and I'm looking at S4. He's not really spending any of his gold. So I guess is he still sort of contemplating, can he go for the Dagon, or does he maybe need a sheep stick? But that was a lot of gold that he had in that fight that wasn't being utilized because he's yet to buy an item.
Yeah, it's not like you have to save for buyback at this point either, because you're so far ahead. I don't know if you imagine a world where your team gets wiped.
I mean, what do you think he's going through his mind? What's he sort of? Is he just going to get?
I think you get Dagon and you just kill supports.
Gets Dagon. All right, so he does go and, I mean, you know, it looks pretty cool to turn up to the shop and buy a straight up level 5 Dagon, but there was no Dagon whatsoever in that last fight, and could have maybe been.
He would have at least killed the Disruptor though.
Yeah. But he's got the level 5 one now, so this could certainly change things back for the better for OG. Sure, still overall, it is that 10k lead that they do still have. But it's just the fact that MINESKI is showing us that despite that lead on OG, they can still take the team fights and they can still form together a defense that keeps that melee racks alive down bottom.
If you're Rezo, you probably should wait for your level 25. It's so powerful. The 40% CDR, it makes your BKB come off cooldown so actively. We talked about it, how 0.4?
0.4 seconds of unavailability downtime on the Silver Edge.
That's still pretty sick.
Of course, what, nullified down to less than a 10 seconds cooldown. It's a powerful skill to have. So, keeping his eyes up top, MINESKI grouping up down bottom. They've got the Ghost back online if they want to. They look to knock down this tier 2 tower of OG.
The Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Notel, interesting item build here. Going for the Daedalus on the monkey. I feel like that's not something that I see all the time on a monkey kit.
Not super common. Cheap item though.
Because it doesn't really benefit your Boundless Strike, does it? It doesn't really. I'm sure it's flat damage to help sort of boost it up, but obviously you're not critting on the crit.
It's cheap though, and I think it's better. There's no evasion on the side of MINESKI.
Sure.
Than MKB, for example.
Jump forward. Quick zap from S4 into Moon. What's this Death Prophet now at this stage? Pretty tank. Let's got that back up from Ice each and every time.
Butterfly completed now by Rezo.
A prize.
Rezo still looking absolutely massive this game. MINESKI, they will go for the smoke play to get some wards down out across the map. See if they can catch out any members of OG. Close by at the moment, Notel, he's eyeing up that room. You can see him sort of sense. He's being careful. Throws out the stun, repels there onto Moon. Moon actually blinking and aggressively wanting to take this fight. They've managed to find Fly with the Yule Scepter on the backlines. S4 gets the 3-man Dream Coil. Notel jumps in, goes for the Wukong's command, but the GA's out in response from Ice. Static Storm is not going to hold Notel with that BKB up on him, so he walks himself out. No one actually dying as of yet.
Rezo
is looking to chase this down. The slam comes out on his way down, but Jack will lose his life. Rezo getting focused. He's got the BKB and the Silver Edge, trying to walk himself out of there. will be able to create the distance with the movement speed that he has. Just a 1-for-1 between the supports at the moment. Quick shards from Jarax to block Moon off with the Exorcism. Moon still moving forward, jumps himself across the icy wall. He's looking towards Jarax, and S4 has the Siphon slowdown. S4's already tapping himself out of there, will go for the TP out. Jarax will get caught, so MINESKI are able to take 2 and only lose 1 themselves.
I feel like they could have ran Jarax out as well. He decided to idle by, see if there was anything to do, but that exorcism lasts forever. You're not going to fight during that time period anyways. And now the game is a little bit scarier. The Omni Knight has a fully completed Aghanim Scepter, so his positioning game is...
He's massive.
Yeah. He doesn't have to worry about it so much. And this is what I was talking about, where I can see a way. It's not easy.
A fraction of a second too slow there. S4 unable to catch out Moon. Moon successful with the TP away. But that fight as well, we were watching to the side. Rezo, was he just unable to do anything?
He got stunned up.
Yeah.
Without getting his BKB off, he was isolated from the rest of his team. Became very awkward here as Mushi.
Oh, they do get another fight down, but the Static Storm's out in response. Big Daddy and Rezo popping their BKBs. But again, MINESKI doing a good job of sort of kiting out these BKBs, wetting out to the sides.
I think MINESKI, they're still really in the hole right now, but every successful engagement like that, like even forcing out 2 BKBs is not bad from them. Those BKBs are starting to get low. Monkey Kings is down to 6 seconds. The Shadow Fiend, not much better.
I mean, it's
5.
You know, for S4 as well, like we've seen there, it's like, you know, Dagoning, it's a level 5 Dagon on the Disruptor, but they're building fairly tanky, all the heroes of MINESKI. Do you feel like something like a Sheepstick could have done more in this game?
Oh, Rezo. Gonna run in here, he's gonna get stunned up.
Oh, they have got the Dream Coil. They're looking towards the DP, but she has the Lotus Sword buff applied onto her. Mushi manning up, stunned up, he's gonna go down! God, they've got themselves Rezo, they've got themselves Fly, double kill, but Mushi now looking towards S4. He's silenced up, he's surrounded, they'll take 3. OG, they are letting this one slip away. MINESKI are playing this later portion of the game incredibly tight. It's seeming like a bit of a switch around from game 1. This time around, OG with the blazing start, but now it's starting to slip away. MINESKI, they'll move straight into the pit with 3 heroes down on OG. They should easily be able to get themselves. This is Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard.
Yeah. And you've got a Monkey King that his damage feels very lackluster at this point, because he has 2 items. 2 of his major 3 items are entirely devoted to defense in the Lincolns and the BKB. And he's going to make his move. He's going to go for this Disruptor. Does get the kill and is going to get the TP out. But right now, when it comes to the major team fights, it feels like you can't really feel the contribution of this hero with so many of these defensive items, and it leaves it for Rezo to be in a position where he plays very aggressively as a result, but isn't able to do too much behind that. And now this Death Prophet is so incredibly strong. She's got a completed Octarine if she wants it, a Refresher Shard in the holster, a full Cheese. Not easy to burst her to begin with because of Ice's Omni GA. With the Aghanim Scepter, it makes it positionally impossible to miss.
Moon is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
This is quite the showing from MINESKI with, as we said, their backs against this wall in this position where they're in this game down against OG. They are really pulling it together when it's needed the most.
And that's why we weren't really... The last one, I felt a little bit more comfortable calling for MINESKI over this one even, because OG's way of ending the game isn't really there. Like, they have 2 cores that can't really go high ground in the Monkey King and the Puck. The Shadow Fiend sure is strong, but not even level 25. Only a 5-second BKB. Dragon Knight is scaling very nicely. The Death Prophet is incredibly strong in these engagements too.
Got a Shadow Blade on jabs as well. Make sure that you can find that prime positioning for the Echo Slams.
They're gonna give the Cheese or the Refresher to Ice, further complicating things for OG. And I think you have to go the Son of Doom build now on the Shadow Fiend. It's the only way.
Full Aghanim Scepter for Ninja Boogie. These Static Storms going to be an absolute nightmare for OG if Ninja Boogie can find the placement.
This 8k lead is... it's like...
It's a little
false.
deceptive.
Yeah,
because of the momentum.
It's not bad at all. OG, I don't think they feel like they're very in charge of this game.
Huh?
A lot of their net worth is tied into items that aren't doing anything for them right now. So I don't think they're too worried.
Awesome. Goes on to Invis action move. She able to find the open up. There's Jabs coming in with the Echo Snap. Instant mute onto this Shaker. Shaker, he's going to be fine though. The buyback's going to be there from Fly, but they've lost that Monkey King. MINESKI getting the jump that they hoped for. S4
gonna get caught again?
Being surrounded. That's 2 cores down. They do have buyback, and they're going to have to use it here with MINESKI coming up, knocking onto the tier 3 towers of OG. The fortification comes through. This is looking pretty scary indeed here for OG. MINESKI moving in with the Exorcism. In a game where OG's had the lead for oh so long, it is going to be OG themselves the ones to first lose a melee rax. MINESKI, they have played this game so calculated on the side. They've found resolutions behind it all. They surround him. He pops the BKB. Punching him, chase him down. He's going to try and run away. He's very speedy. Boundless Strike will be there to the back now. S4 comes in with a 3-man Dream Call with the G8's out. It might not matter though. Jarek's able to get a double kill, but they've lost Rezo. Both Rezo and Notel buying back to be a part of this. And so far, they've only got 2 supports. They need to really find a core out of this, and they should do. They look towards Ice. But the purification, he's trying to play his way out, but he won't. Jarek's actually getting the triple kill out of that defense here on the Tusk.
And that was a gem.
It was a costly defense. The OG, they have to go and get something out of this, whether it be forcing a buyback out of Ice, because they've just lost the full set of racks mid. They have got the creep wave moving in top, so OG, they've got the position to do something straight up, and there's the buyback from Omni.
This is kind of, if they commit to this, this is their GG push. Either they win or lose the game off of this. Rezo going in deep though. They know there's no gem on their side. Is Rezo gonna get stunned down to be found out straight away? Rezo needs help. The snowball for Jarek's comes in, buying some time. They go straight into Ice, but if they get a kill, he doesn't have a phone. That's gonna be Ice down, but Rezo as well. He'll fall. Notel trying to find the BKB. There'll be a buyback from Ninja Boogie. Jarek's and Fly. The cars, the deck force is doing so much here. Fly, he's brought Mushi so low. They'll pop the Aegis. Notel builds up the Jingu stacks onto him. Moves so tanky though, and he has the Siphon. Mushi jumps across with the Dragon Tail. That's going to be Notel and Rezo down for 100 seconds. The rest of OG have to get out of there and have to hope that MINESKI can't push down the lanes quick enough for the 100 seconds that they're without 2 at their cores. They're shoving out all the lanes right now. Jarek's and S4, they're in emergency mode. They understand with 2 cores down, it's very easy for MINESKI to just march down.
I mean, they've got Exorcism, they've got the Dragon Form, they have those 2 big pushing tools. I don't know if OG can hold as just a 3-man.
Mushi running down to meet the rest of his team. This is going to be a 3-on-4 engagement. Even without Ice. This is going to be quite complicated for OG as Mushi moves forward.
Jarek's is just trying to draw their attention away from the base. Moon will go for him, but Mushi indeed, he's got his sights set on victory. Straight up to the tier 4 Jabs, comes in with the Echo, he's managed to lock down S4 on the side, that's S4 down as well. 2 minutes, no puck, MINESKI's Mushi goes in for the Witch Doctor kill. They're onto the base, this is going to be GG, game over for OG as MINESKI get the equalizer here in this best of 3, standing now 1-1.
What a game. It's cool. As this time MINESKI, there's a lot of relief.